KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside, the after party. But it's before. With Ethan and Alex on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Keary, and we just found out, no kidding, 2 or 3 minutes ago, that Dolly Parton, the famous and amazing singer-songwriter and actress, passed away today. That was the announcement from her family. A video by her nephew was posted on her Facebook page, and that was the announcement to the world. Apparently, some years ago, Dolly asked her nephew, him specifically, if he would announce her death with a recorded video in this fashion. She made this decision years ago, and I'm interested to know why she chose her nephew of all people. But apparently,
well, I think that, it's interesting because we have the Caitlin. I know we were talking about maybe getting because we were listening to part of it.
Give me just a
because I think it'd be interesting because that means that she curated and probably oversaw the actual announcement itself when it was done. But the interesting thing about all this is, so this is the Queen of Country, Ethan. I mean, she was more than just the person on stage that she kind of became and the person in the movies that she became. One of my favorite 80s movies of all time is 9 to 5.
Yeah.
She, of course, wrote the song 9 to 5. And then, but she wrote so many songs that were sung by other people that you would be surprised that she was the one who was the author of that song. She, like Willie Nelson, are just, their music is everywhere. And if they're not performing it, then other people took the songs and they performed it and they made those people famous too. She's like the most charitable person ever. I think if people are familiar with her background and what she grew up with and the squalor that she kind of came up in, it's a crazy rags to riches story. She's also like the most positive person ever. So Dolly Parton dead at 80. Here's the problem, and this is the flack we're getting today.
Yesterday she appeared on this podcast, or as a subject she appeared because
she's a hologram.
She announced that they were exploring hologram technology so that she could continue to tour, even though she might not be physically able to travel. She could still appear and perform for audiences. And
don't say it. Looks like that'll be the case.
I do have the video if you guys want to listen to it.
You said it, not me.
It'll be, so it sounds like.
Do you think they?
Sure.
The hologram will be the thing. And guess what?
Sure.
Now you're going to go see it because it's the only way you can see her perform now. And I hope they got all of the good 3D capturing or whatever that they did to make sure that they could get a good, hologram figure of Dolly Parton, because now she's no longer with us. A crazy day in Hollywood / Dollywood, because because that's so weird to think of a world with no Dolly Parton.
Do you have that video?
Yeah,
do you have the video?
Well, I did. Hold on. Give me just a second. But yeah, I mean, for me, this is like similar to when I found out Ozzy Osbourne died.
My name is Brian Seaver,
weird.
son of Cassie Parton.
Just started playing.
And I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly, Rebecca Parton Dean. Sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation, and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life in the early 1980s. Dolly opened doors not just for me, but for her entire family to reach the potential we didn't even know was possible. Dolly also opened doors for generations of singers.
Sorry, my thing just like.
Oh, that's all right. I kind of feel like we got
the vibe for it.
We got the gist of it.
That's a lot to be like waiting for that to happen. You have that.
So I wonder how long ago that was actually recorded too, or if it was just like when he goes.
Couldn't have been. It had to have been today.
Well, I don't know, because like he said, she asked me to do this years ago, and then I don't feel that weight until the weight of today. But you wonder if like that was if they actually kind of got it in a can a year
Did it say
ago.
today that she passed away? We just this as we started the stream 2 minutes before this is when this happened. So
He could have recorded
learned,
it and felt the heaviness of it that day, even though they recorded it. But either way, I because it sounds like the message, obviously, something that she wanted to have out there, where it's like, hey, others might feel sad right now, but I'm not, because I'm back with my ex-husband, which we talked about when he passed away. Ex-husband. I'm back with my husband.
Yeah.
He died last year, and this is something I said right before we started, that as soon as I saw that he passed away, it made me worry about her.
It would affect everything, right? Because I think they were together like 58 years or something like that. It was something crazy. And so, anyway, it's not a huge. This isn't like something that. Look, she's a musician that's 80 years old. Passing away at 80 years old isn't that wild.
80's pretty good.
It's good, but I don't know. It's like I said, Dolly and Ozzy were the two that I was like, when those two people die, it's just the world's different.
Yeah, but at the same time, when
Ozzy is like,
passing,
I'm surprised he made it.
Right.
But I'm also like,
how
just
old was
keep
Ozzy
going.
when he passed?
I actually don't.
If I don't make it to Ozzy age, I'll be disappointed in
Ozzy,
myself.
I'm impressed with him.
I bet he was 70 though. 72. I mean, like that's a guy. I think
76.
76. Okay, so I think Keith Richards is one of those guys too that you go, I can't believe that person is still alive, because that guy lived rough. He's 82. How's Keith Richards live longer than Dolly Parton, man? Come on.
No idea.
Well, she'd been dealing with some health stuff.
Yeah, the writing was. I wouldn't say it was on the wall, but like maybe they saw this coming a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think when they announced it's not like they were planning on announcing the hologram stuff yesterday, and then, by the way, you're going to need to go get the hologram tickets because,
I'd go see it now.
I don't think I would.
In the Sphere, maybe.
I still don't think. I still think the hologram concert's a little bit weird.
I'd watch a video on TV, but I don't think I'd show up to a concert to watch a.
Millard, do you want to make just the weirdest left turn ever and you eat a donut?
We're going to share this.
All right.
Look what happens.
We're going to switch gears in honor of Dolly. We'll be
we'll do this because this deserves about a 2-minute thing. So we had the Pink Box last week.
We did, and I mentioned that
this is already too much attention for Pink Box donuts.
I thought I saw a buttermilk bar
on the display case that Caitlin showed. Yeah.
So at Tea Time this morning, who should roll up but Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan from the comment section. Yep.
And he brought one of these.
Oh, so they did have
one
it.
was for Sean, which is one of my coworkers.
Oh, I was like, you said Sean, like I didn't know, like I was going to know who that was.
And then, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to kind of bust it in half like this.
Oh. Okay. Gosh, dang it.
Here you go.
You hit the microphone with it.
Yeah,
Don't tell the engineers.
Do you want to try a piece of this, Caitlin?
Not really.
Okay.
I was a little overwhelmed by them.
Oh, good.
So this is like the cake donut that you were saying.
Yeah. It's a little dry.
I don't remember seeing that, but maybe
you notice it's a little dry?
I don't think it's dry.
A bit dry. Yeah.
I don't like the cheese.
Classic buttermilk donut flavor, though.
I like it.
That's good. I would eat 3 of these.
We did determine that the kind of traditional donuts at Pink Box were the best. I liked the chocolate one. I did try that by the end of the day. Like the simple ones are always better.
It's possible to overthink a donut. That is.
Yeah, the
that
gimmicky ones are too gimmicky. Ask Crumble about.
So now I feel like I have a better idea of. Oh no! Ryan says one wasn't for Sean. It was for Alex. So sorry, I gave Sean your
half
donut.
Is probably enough though, because I felt
these are heavy duty.
I felt unwell a few days ago whenever we did this.
A half is just about right. All right. Well,
so you thought the other box of donuts to try on the radio? You thought the other donut to try on the radio was for just another random guy at your office?
Well, no. Ryan knows Sean.
Oh, okay.
That was the thing, is that they know each other. So that's why I assumed one was for me and one was for Sean.
This is for Sean. I go, I don't know who Sean is. And then you're like, yeah. And then Ryan's like, what are you talking about?
All right. Thanks, Bishop.
You call
Appreciate it.
You call him Bishop?
Yeah.
Is that his last name?
No, it's not his last name.
Oh. Is he a bishop in his ward?
Yeah.
Ryan is?
Yeah. You didn't know this?
Are we sharing too much personal information?
Well, I'm just telling you right now.
How would it be to have him as your bishop? That'd be a trip.
Those guys are literally doing the Lord's work out there, because I'll tell you, that's only for the strong stomached. Much like this donut. All right? So I would honestly eat two or three of these.
All right. I'm going to make another weird, crazy pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go to what happened over the last couple of days down in southern Utah, where we saw some massive flooding. So Caitlin's got a couple of videos that she's gonna pop up here. 'Cause we saw flooding, we saw a rock slide. Now this was one that someone recorded out of their car window, and they roll the window down.
I love better stop and get the flood on footage right next to your car.
That's what I would do.
It looks very scary at this vantage point.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere
roll
near
the window
here.
down. Good job.
Look at that.
My gosh!
Look at that
and it's
red.
coming at you too.
Yeah, it's coming through that fence.
I'd be out of here.
Oh my goodness! You
In
don't
my
want to
mind,
be anywhere close to this.
I've seen all the movies, Ethan. I've seen all the movies. In my head, what's behind that? An even bigger wave that will knock all those trees down. I just assume.
And sweep the car away. In fact,
Yes.
in fact, the next video shows a relatively close call with a UPS truck. So Caitlin's going to pull that video up as well.
And see, I would stay so far away from it. See, now we're talking like vantage point wise.
Okay.
This looks like it's a little bit more of a thing.
So there's the van hustling across the little thing, and then watch this. Watch this along the middle of right along the middle. You'll start to see these floodwaters start to creep in, and now they start to cover the road.
Oh,
and now it's flooded. So he slipped through.
he
Now
just got out there.
if you're out in the desert and you see water covering a road, just don't assume anything. Just stay out.
You know
of
what
it.
though? If you're UPS, you're terrified, but also proud of that guy, right?
The UPS trucks don't have doors either, so that's even.
Well,
scary.
the
It'll
UPS,
just
I always
flood.
love when you see the UPS trucks in the wild that are backed up to one another.
Do you know how much water it takes to sweep a car away? Sweep a car off a road?
Oh boy, this is like it's going to be a lot less than you think. 4 gallons. I thought it was going to be like one of those that they go, you technically can get washed. You can drown in 4 ounces of water. And you're like, okay, I get it. I see what you're saying, but
12 inches. 12 inches of water can carry away most cars, 18 to 24
1 foot.
inches to sweep away larger vehicles like trucks. Even 6 inches of moving water can reach the bottom of a passenger car, causing a loss of control or engine stalling. So,
yeah, I could see all that. Okay,
6 inches is also enough to knock over an adult.
I've seen it. Yeah, it really just depends on how quickly the water's rolling, because like you could have 12 inches and the water's just kind of moseying along, and your car probably won't get swept away. 6
it'll
inch
stall out.
But yeah, it would. Maybe it's a misnomer, but I just assume an electrical car, or in my electric car, if it gets anywhere near that battery system, we're toast. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Do we get electrocuted too? Does it electrocute everybody within 1,000 feet? Like, I don't know how that
The
works.
whole river.
I think everybody touching that water would get
All the way to Lake Powell.
But I don't know how that works. And so for me, I want to know what the deal is.
Look, here's my rule. If it's going to rain, don't go out there.
Okay.
Man, don't go to the desert when it's going to rain. You're just asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. Listen to this, all right? Flooding at Bryce Canyon spurs rescue efforts. This was yesterday. Massive flooding at Bryce Canyon prompted rescue efforts across the park on Monday. 11 people in 4 different groups were rescued amid the flooding. 2 of the rescued people were taken to the hospital with hypothermia symptoms. Hypothermia, Alex. They got hypothermia.
So how cold is this water?
In the desert.
How cold is this water?
Cold enough, I guess.
I mean, I would
well,
just
in the
assume,
rain. I mean, you got rain, wind.
I know, but I just assumed that the rain and the wind would still not get below 78 degrees. And I mean, how is this water that cold that you're getting hypothermia? Is it just from, maybe I'm misunderstanding what they're saying here. They're just talking about people who got wet and then they were out in the elements just like while the wind was blowing.
Some neighboring residents said they had never seen so much water coming out of Bryce Canyon.
I have loved these rainstorms. They're happening every night now. So the monsoonal stuff actually hit this year, right? You know when they say the monsoon, which gives me a lot of hope, because I saw yet another story today about how they're going to do about how we're going to have the biggest winter now, like ever. You know, and I don't want to get too excited about it, but you don't want it?
I'm kind of cheering on the drought, to be honest.
What? You are
I
the
want
worst
like
person.
a good winter, not the worst.
Okay.
I want to be able to drive to work unless they let me stay home.
Okay, have you guys seen the Great Salt Lake?
I
Out
didn't
here?
do that.
I know, but guess what's going to help it?
I'm
not asking you to fix
the
it yourself.
arsenic either.
You don't want what?
I don't want the arsenic either. I'm here for water.
Okay, so then do the thing where you go, yeah, but sometimes I don't like to shovel the snow. That's Ethan, but not you.
I don't own a home.
Oh, okay. Well, so then what's the real problem?
Driving to work and the people on the road.
Okay, so there's going to be a couple days, but you know how even on a bad snow year, so to speak, you might say once a week there might be some dicey driving in. Once every 2 weeks.
That's what I'm okay with. I just don't want it to be all the time.
Small price to pay for the snowpack to go up. Both of you guys are water losers over here.
I'm not a loser.
You don't really root for Utah. Look at the way you're acting about this.
No.
This is the biggest thing we need right now. You guys, this is the number one thing we need right now. What is that face?
Ethan's the cynic. I'm just making.
Look, I got a couple of things. All right?
Okay, I want to hear this.
Number one, I really love this mild winter that we had this season.
I know it's not
and I
really
want another one
because we never had it.
I don't really like the heavy winters anymore. I don't. So that's my personal preference. I'm not going to lie and say I hope we get 6 feet of snow because that's not my hope.
Right. I know.
I hope we have a nice mild winter like we had last winter.
All right.
Okay, that's my personal hope. Now, speaking of the lake, I'm a little bit resentful because, hey, let's hope for a really big storm. Is not really much of a plan to rescue the lake.
I know.
You know what I mean?
True.
Oh, guys, we desperately need this. Here's our plan. Here's our plan for the lake. All right, we got a monsoon season coming up. I mean,
Okay.
these are not plans for
I
the
get
lake.
it. No, I get it.
These are hopes and wishes. Hopes and wishes.
I know. I get it.
That we'll have big snowstorm.
But
And
they
you
were
know what?
saying they were saying we're going to have a good monsoonal summer, and here we are. We're getting the crud kicked out of us at night. I've had my sprinklers off for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's great.
Which I love this
I know.
for me.
And on top of it, the lightning is amazing at night.
See, I hate the lightning.
I
don't like the
You
storms.
should because
The other night though, the thunder, it was like 2 nights ago over the weekend. Yeah, it was Sunday night. I
Shook
think.
the house.
It shook my
Shook
house.
my
I was
house.
like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
like
little
it.
much.
it was awesome because my daughters were almost asleep. It was like the worst time to do it, but at the same time, it was like, ooh, cool.
Yeah, I don't like the thunderstorms.
Okay, but you want to hear? Okay, well, I don't know if we talked about it or even putting it in the show. Did you see? You should be scared of lightning. You know how many people lightning strikes have been killed by lightning strikes in Florida since 2008?
How many?
I mean, it's not Japan bear attack kill numbers. What did we decide that was? It was 13 in a year, like last year, right?
Yeah,
Remember
it was
that?
an insane amount.
No,
The
32.
Bears are clearly winning.
32 people have been killed by lightning strikes in Florida since 2008, including a mom and her 2-year-old yesterday.
Jeez.
A mom and her 2-year-old yesterday. Imagine the trauma of that as the family. It was a mom holding her 2-year-old. They were struck by lightning. They were both killed.
I just don't like the. I just don't like.
Yeah, I see where you're coming
thunderstorms.
from.
I don't like the thunderstorms.
I see where you're coming
They freak
from.
me
I
out.
like a gentle one. We don't.
A gentle thunderstorm. Are you guys
gonna
hearing
move to
yourselves?
I'm going to move to
This
San
whole
Diego.
group, I want a gentle thunderstorm, and you can snow, but only as much as I want. Meh. You guys are.
I'm
can have
okay
my
with
preference.
the snow if I'm just staying in.
Did
if
you
I
notice
have to
too?
Deal with the outside,
Look,
I'm
I
out.
can have my preference. It's not like my preference is going to change the future.
That's true.
I'm just stating my preference.
What was the other thing that you don't like that we can't believe that you don't like it? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things actually. The list is
create a
growing.
list?
Put the list down. You know what, Caitlin? We should keep a spreadsheet
right.
of just stuff that
I'll start it.
we're flabbergasted that Ethan doesn't like. Stuff,
I'm just old
Ethan
man-
doesn't
old
like.
man Millard.
Thunderstorms.
Well, that one's
Rain in
fair.
general. No, hard rain in general. You want? What did you say? You wanted a soft thunderstorm, a gentle thunderstorm, Caitlin?
I just like them to not shake my house.
Yeah,
and I don't want to get
all
struck
right.
by lightning.
Okay.
It does make me a little nervous.
All right.
But I'm not usually on top of a mountain.
you go.
So.
Sam says, I remember when they proposed replacing all the Confederate statues in Tennessee with Dolly Parton statues. Maybe some electronic hologram statues now. Given
I think
recent
you got to do
developments.
so. How do we in Utah honor Dolly Parton? There's a billboard on the way in that's like one of those like PSA, like pass it on, perseverance, pass it on, and it's like Dolly Parton on there or live your dreams, and she's on there, and she's I get to see Dolly Parton every day on my commute on the way to work, and I'm gonna miss her because you got to take that billboard down, right?
No.
We put up
What
a
does the
virtual one.
billboard say?
I don't even
That's
know
what it
you're
says.
talking
It's
about.
like pass it on. It's one of those like passiton.org. Like, hey, be a good person. Pass it on. And Dolly Parton's on one, and it's like, live your dreams. Don't forget to dream. Love, Dolly Parton.
Now it's passedon.org.
Okay, that's when we go to the next subject. You bet.
I feel bad. I also feel bad for Miley Cyrus because that's her like.
That's like her.
godmother.
It is, and did she?
She's
She
just
wrote.
someone I
Dolly
know.
Parton wrote Rainbow Land for her, by the way, and so she performed that song, and
Performed a lot. Yeah.
yeah, and Dolly
know.
Parton was the one who wrote that song for.
We've got
Miley.
another interesting video out of southern Utah. This is Zion National Park, where they had a big rock fall near the grotto. Look at this. Apparently some cyclists recorded this.
You'd be watching that and be like,
I would be running
why is that
away.
RV that close to it? Is that an RV?
Apparently that's a shuttle bus
Okay.
that
And
stopped.
are they bailing out of there? You would just assume, again, if you were that close to it, you would assume the entire wall's coming down.
Yeah, that's
I would
so
have
scary.
I would have backed up
Run.
at least, but it's possible though because things get foreshortened, so it's possible that van is not as close as it seems to be.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
You know what I mean? So because otherwise, yeah, I would expect to see reverse lights on that van. So. But there you go.
Do you think
Rockfall.
that's okay? All right.
I that could be related to the rain that we've been having because the rain can
Loosens
loosen
up
things
some
up.
stuff.
And,
Yeah.
because when you look at the desert, all those amazing canyons and rock formations, this is water. Water is what forms that, and so that's what you got to think about. That's why if it's going to rain, just stay out of the desert, man. It's not worth it. It gets so dangerous so fast because the desert doesn't soak up the water. It shunts the water.
Yeah, right. My thing is that if you go out and you're in one of these locations and it's the summertime and it's monsoonal, I just assume like stay away from all this stuff because then if the water stuff is terrifying you, a slot canyon flood carrying you away, if that's not scary enough, the idea of and it loosened up some of these rocks, we're probably going to get a rock fall over here. Coming off of, I don't know, because how tall is that cliff face?
This is
200 feet?
the wrong time of year to be in the desert right now. It's the wrong time of year.
What? When's the best time?
When it's not raining.
Okay.
I mean, we have so many days we're out in the desert. It's 0% chance of rain. That's when you want to be in the desert. Days and seasons where there's 0% chance of rain. That's when you want to be out there. Everything else will kill you.
All right, Millard.
Yep.
Let's go on to the next one. Natural disasters are getting me grumpy.
Are they getting you grumpy?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't like? Let's start a list of things Alex doesn't like.
No, I just
natural disasters.
Natural disasters.
Which is a normal thing.
That's a normal one.
I don't like those either.
That's a normal one.
All right, so we've got a golf advertisement.
Oh, we got to see this.
Controversy.
This has been.
So this is an ad for Callaway.
This is
and
firing
they've
people up,
deleted
dude.
a social media post.
Yeah, that's bad news for them.
And it's have you got it?
Yeah, give me one.
Just gonna
Caitlin?
pull it up
I
here.
always have to get past these.
So this
apps.
was a collaboration between Callaway and Good Golf. What's Good Golf?
Just you see a lot of hats out there that just say good on them, and it's good or just good. And it's one of the many golf brands right now that are popping up and then being sold to private equity.
Someone re-uploaded this.
All right, so let's take a look then.
I've never seen this. This is the first time for me.
Turn it up. Ooh, the driver.
Ominous.
Do not touch my new driver.
What? So domestic violence, is that what we're?
Yeah. So assaulting a young woman.
So who is
and look
doing
at that
this?
guy.
Callaway?
And look at that guy.
Why are
Flat brim hat, mustache.
Why? Who's
Little bit of a
By the
mullet.
way, this is like not even good writing. Like,
It is just kind of like
It's
you
a
could
bad
have done
commercial.
Something else.
What is happening to young men?
is it good or is it Callaway? Because it's a Callaway driver, right? And it's good. Is good owned by Callaway? I'm assuming maybe that's the line of succession.
Yeah.
So the big
Maybe.
deal. So here's the aside from the obvious like goof, haha, I pushed this lady over hard next to my bag. Like that seems like such a weird thing to do. Why not make it one of your bros? And even then, you're kind of like,
Or
that was
I was
dumb.
even thinking, how would I feel about this if it was a woman who like knocked down a man, and I would be like, maybe I'd
No one
laugh.
would have thought about it.
But I do wonder about how this meeting went when they came up with this idea and then showed the final commercial.
It's not
I was like,
well
it's
shot
not that
even.
great. Like, and also like I don't know. You need more people in the room.
Yeah,
with
and they're
these
getting
types
and
of
they're
things.
getting the crud beat out of them too because they apparently have never had a woman in any of their ads, and this was the first. This was the first feature of like a woman in any of their good ads.
Oh, well,
apparently,
that changes things too. So.
You know, can I just point something out?
it's not just bad. It's not
That
just a
makes it
bad
worse.
look. It's not just a bad look.
Can
the
I
entire
ju-
company, top to bottom, was like, "Oh,
Can I just
we
point-
screwed this thing up."
I want to point something out.
Yeah,
But young men have been so confident that all of our old fuddy-duddy values were so dumb and so lame and how they could ignore all of it. None of it mattered. And we were being so stupid about it. But listen to the good golf statement. We posted a
gosh.
video to our channels that ultimately depicted actions that are not aligned with our values as a brand.
Okay.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Really? We've since taken the content down and sincerely apologize. Good has always stood for making the game of golf more inclusive to all.
Okay.
Oh, inclusivity? Wow. Tell me more about this thing that has been part of our life for so long. And then you're all, this is stupid, you guys. And now you're on the hot seat and you're like, oh, no, we love inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
We will continue to ensure that is our mission going forward. I mean, for goodness sakes.
I don't think that. I think that
A young
was
man with a mullet and a mustache and a flat-brimmed hat aggressively shoves a woman down to the ground and growls at her. Are any of us surprised that video got made and posted?
so-
I'm not surprised because
so-
that is exactly the MO. That is exactly, but now all of a sudden, now they're remembering, oh no, inclusivity is important. Oh, is it important? Wow. Tell me more. This is really earth-shattering stuff. Tell me more about inclusivity.
Okay,
Love to hear about it.
Okay, what are the odds that, and are you okay with AI crafting a PR statement like this?
I don't know.
Do you think is that what happened?
I think okay, let me ask you this. So I'm going to type it in here. Give me a PR statement to make after I had to remove my ad on social media depicting a golfer pushing over a woman for touching his driver. It's for my super cool golf brand. Okay? Here we go.
Super cool golf.
So here's what it says. Taking the L. That's what they said you should not call it, but that's what they say.
Okay.
We've removed the post. The creative was intended to be provocative, absurd, and funny, but we recognize that joke crossed the line. Oh, Ethan. Golf is supposed to be competitive, inclusive, and occasionally frustrating. Certainly ridiculous.
Inclusivity?
But okay. Okay.
So, I'm sure.
Pushing someone to the ground is not that kind of quote. This is really poorly written by AI. Is the type of quote clubhead speed that we were trying to promote. We own the miss, no excuses. We're going to make golf gear that is unapologetically cool, but we're also trying to make jokes that land without anybody else being the punchline. Thanks for calling us out. Now back to golf. That's
It's pretty close.
I mean, you tell me. Do you think that this statement was written by AI? And then here's the other thing. Are you okay with it? Like that a brand just used, is it any different than just using an agency?
It's not different if you use it as a starting point.
Yeah,
I
knew that I was going to get some similar thing here.
I just love that because golf is a real bro culture right now.
Oh, for sure.
It's a real bro culture. And I just love that with all of the baloney that we've had to go through over the last several years, now we're back to inclusivity. Cool.
We also believe golf should be a sport where everyone feels welcome. Women, men, beginners, pros, weekend hackers.
What was the point of any of this?
I tried golfing, but there were too many men.
Was that for real?
I'm just kidding.
I was going to say.
No, I mean I did go once, but I just was like, I'm not.
I just think it's amazing that you have this guy and it was so
I can't believe they wrote
stereotypical.
it.
I mean, AI could have created that guy. Show me a golf bro. Okay, here you go. Pattern shirt. Longest shorts.
No, not longish. They need to be like a 7-inch inseam, kind of shortish.
7 inches. I don't know, relatively long. I think 5 inches is more like short.
Yeah,
in my mind.
The kind that is like kind of dumb short.
And AI could have created that guy. A mullet. You see it out the back of his hat. Flat brim hat. Mustache.
Right.
Skinny.
Sells pest
AI could have created that guy.
Sells pest control on the side.
I just think it's so. Wants to talk about real estate. I just think it's so silly that now here we are. No, golf is inclusive. We focus on inclusivity.
I love
really?
it.
No,
I love
it's fine.
this.
I mean,
Now we're just
I'll
back
try to
where we
learn
started.
Golf. I'll start making change. I do have girlfriends who golf.
I like golf. It's
sometimes,
fun.
but it's the men that I know that golf take it very, very seriously, which good for them. It's good to have a hobby, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have finally for us here, Millard, on the stream today as we get going?
Oh, are we at our last
We got
little bit
one
here?
more,
segment.
one
Oh
more
my
thing
goodness!
here. Can you
Because
believe that?
then I know exactly what we need. So because I love airports and airplanes.
Yes.
And so this was a hilarious situation at the Kansas City International Airport, which is an airport I know well. I fly in and out of there a couple times a year. And 2 baggage handlers are assigned to fold up a a stroller. And I know this pain because there's a learning curve with stroller. Watch this, Alex. They finally figured out.
They replay it.
They do replay it.
Yeah.
But they've got a whole terminal of people standing there watching them. Now watch this. Turn up the there's commentary.
Oh no. The stroller. They're trying to fold it up. You know what though? Don't make fun of these guys. They have been
No, watch this. They don't make fun.
Hey.
And they're all applauding, and then he looks up and sees them all watching. Isn't that amazing?
I am telling you, the strollers these days, on the one hand, so we took a stroller on a long flight, and it was one of these that you could carry on. Okay, have you seen these?
No.
The ones that they fold up so well that you can carry it on, and it is phenomenal. It is the coolest thing. Getting it back to that foldable state is very frustrating.
Yeah.
And they've made it pretty good, and even if you get pretty good at it, you're still being pretty creative because it actually has a little bag that it comes in too, and you want to get it in that bag because you don't want it to look like you're carrying a stroller on.
Yeah.
But it is extremely small, and I will say my wife and I tried so many different models of these because we knew we didn't want to do the gate check at everything. When you're going like on an international flight, you want to eliminate how many points where you could lose something along the way.
Yeah.
So we're like, it'd be good if we could just have this one with us. Because as soon as you get off and then you got to go 1 mile to customs and whatever, if we have to go to because a lot of times they'll kick them to the baggage claim.
Yeah.
And if we're 2 miles from that and we've got a crying kid or a kid that you don't want to have to walk around or you want to be able to put him in there and just let him sleep or whatever, it was huge. So the folding, so we tried all these different ones, and I'm telling you, when you're looking around, and this is a dad of 7 here.
Yeah.
And they've all been small, and I've gone through it with all of them. It doesn't matter how many of these I've done. Pressing the buttons, trying to find where the thing is. And so these poor baggage handlers, good for them.
And it's not a very impressive stroller in terms of folding. It's basically just folded.
It went down one little bit.
Just kind of the handle folded down. That was pretty much all that happened. But they did it. I mean, you got to get that handle closed. You know what we had success with for traveling is an umbrella stroller. Those umbrella strollers
they're straightforward. Yeah.
And they are indestructible.
Yep.
Indestructible.
And they fold up, they're just kind of long.
Yeah, they're a little long, but.
And I don't know if that's one that you can walk onto a plane because it is too long.
If you took it on a plane, they'd have to put it into one of the little closets.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't allow that. Oh, yeah, you want a closet? Sure. Why not?
The little closets they've got. The little closets. They put passenger stuff in there all the time.
Okay.
Jackets, suit jackets, things like that.
Sure.
You could fit right in there in the little closet. The closet.
Did you see this week there was I was watching because I saw there was a passenger who got onto an airplane and they were so annoyed by the smell of the food that was cooking that they created a scene. They created a scene. They were like, it's the kind of thing where they were sitting there and they were like, is this smell terrible for everybody else? Like, is this disgusting for everybody else? And everyone's like, I mean, it's like, you can smell the plane. They're not cooking anything. They just bring the Sky Chef's thing comes up and it unloads everything onto there. And the lady was so mad by the smell. She's like, this is disgusting. And she removed herself from the flight.
Oh, really?
She removed herself from the flight. She's like, I actually just have to get out of here. And the flight
what was
attendants
this
were
about?
like, it was on a flight it was a short jump. It was like something that, it was like New York to Washington, D.C. And she's like, I'm just going to get on the next flight. And they're like, there will be food on that flight too. And I can't ensure that it's going to be, and you're not going to be able to necessarily get your money back. She's like, I have all the miles. I have all the stuff. I just can't do it right now. She walked herself off of the plane.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was, somebody had texted it to me because they were like, I know this lady. And it wasn't filmed or anything. It was just like the recounting of what had happened. And they were like, yeah, they did end up removing a lady from the here's the thing. You say, I want to get off the plane. You're actually removed. They remove you. They'll say that they ended up, they wanted at the passenger's request, they were removed from the flight.
Yeah.
Because of the smell. And all it could make me think of is when your wife could smell somebody eating fries in the car in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember thinking, that's a lie because that's not a thing.
It's superhuman.
Until you have your own wife who's pregnant who can smell all the things.
Does
within.
Colin do that?
She gets annoyed by the smells, and all intents and purposes, everybody was like, "Was this lady like?" They're like, "No, she's in her mid-50s. She just couldn't do the smell."
So it was just someone had food on the plane.
No. It was the actual food,
The
that
catered
they had,
food.
Like
yeah.
she got onto the thing, and it was like the mix of the coffee smell, the jet fuel, and the food that they had loaded on, whatever the snack boxes were. Because I was in my mind, I'm going, there's not that much. They don't put a ton of food on a short flight like that.
The jet fuel is.
I will say the jet
unfortunate.
fuel makes
Yeah.
it makes me have
That's
a headache.
not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
And it's the hard for me. The hardest parts of the flying that I've done, most recently have been the de-icing, because you're out there and there's just a cacophony of smells out there. I mean, when you get out there and you're sitting and it's just.
Well, I told you that we had a flight that was canceled, or it was delayed so long. It was delayed like 4 hours, and they had to de-ice the plane twice.
Yeah.
And we almost didn't take off. And because we had to wait so long to de-ice the plane, we were midair when they said, "Hey, by the way, this flight crew timed out. We have to land in New York instead of going to Salt Lake."
Oh my gosh.
You remember? I was like,
The de-icing stuff is pretty cool though. Have you seen how it works at Salt Lake? They have this special de-icing pad. They can pull a few planes on.
Yeah.
And then they have these.
they're robots essentially.
Well, they're people driving them.
Yeah.
They got one guy driving the truck and then one guy in like a big boom. And he's like a firefighter up there.
Right.
He's like,
Yeah.
And they spray them
They got
all
the
around.
ones. They got the ones that can just see, and they're just going like this. And
Yeah.
they have they're basically giant fire trucks with the orange.
Yeah, it's really,
with the
really
orange
cool.
with the orange liquid.
And then what I found out too is because they have that special pad because they have these channels down in the ground that collects the de-icing fluid,
and
and
they
can
make snow cones.
Yeah, that's right.
After orange flavored snow cones.
And to some degree, they can recycle it in some way.
Yeah, I'm
in
sure
some
they
way, which is cool.
I'm
really
sure
cool.
that you're not going to be like, oh, this had little bits of airplane from the other. This had little bits of bird poop from the first time around.
Paint flecks.
As long as it just melts the ice. You know what I mean? Like they won't let it leave the runway with like any sheen of ice on it. They just get so.
Oh yeah.
I guess they don't want them to crash.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't think they want to let the airplanes crash.
No, that's bad. Airplane crashing is less effective.
All right. So did you already get through it? Did we already get through it?
That was it.
Well,
That's all I had.
Sure. I mean, you have 2 minutes left,
No, I know that's all.
but we can wrap early.
Hey, you gonna do?
Or
are
we
you
can
gonna
just remind people if
are you
you
gonna
just
eat the
tuned
rest
in,
of that
Dolly
donut?
Parton has passed away.
Should we just give everyone?
I love how Caitlin just reset the Dolly Parton death news.
Well, it's important.
What if we just gave everyone 2 minutes back?
No,
Okay.
we're not doing like the corporate meeting thing. Hey, so we're gonna wrap early, and then you guys we're gonna give you those 2 minutes back. I will take some time though to remind you because we have to do this every day anyway, and half the time I forget. The Brightside limited edition T-shirts are up for grabs. The way that you can win them is to just go to ksl.com/win, and you click on that link, and it's going to show you how to do it. I'll just give you the long and short of it. Go to the YouTube page, the Brightside YouTube page, subscribe, and then make a comment somewhere in our family of places where you can make comments there on the videos, and you're going to be entered to win. And so we've got about 35-ish of these T-shirts, maybe just 30 left of these T-shirts, because we haven't given out any of them. We three got some, right?
I got one.
Cheryl got one.
You got 2.
I didn't get 2.
No,
Caitlin got 2.
I gave Michael one.
Oh, we gave Michael one. So we do. So
we only gave five.
Well, we
five
used the
exclusive,
ones for props that we used for the video,
Yeah,
and we
that's
gave
true.
those back.
But
I didn't get.
That's true.
Get 2.
But no, there's a very limited supply. This is true. I don't know.
They're expensive to
I
print.
don't know when we'll get more. But this is just the first run of whatever. But it's all
Whose
we have.
idea was it to print them on the Hermes?
I don't
shirts?
know. They are decent quality though.
They're
I'm
good.
happy with them.
Yeah.
I would
I need
rather
him
have a
to-
shirt that lasts. So
I
we'll
need
see.
him to make for me a dress shirt that just says that's like
a,
embroidered.
like a polo or something.
No, a shirt like the kind of shirts I
All right.
wear.
I bet
Like
you
with
we
the-
could. We have a embroiderer.
Do we have an
Yeah.
embroidered?
Well, we
Embroidery
did.
machine
Yes.
here.
Yes, well, we did. I don't know. This
Yeah,
was
I
like
don't-
last year when I knew about it. We could take whatever we wanted and we could get the logo.
Well,
on.
they'll do the embroidery somewhere else. We don't have the embroidering
Well, I
in
don't know.
the
It was
building
faux
here.
free.
Well, if we do, it's in that building where it's in the room where the candy is.
These
So
are-
let's
Yeah,
just
that's
go
I
true.
can ask
see.
our people about this if
All
they
right.
still have it because it was something we could get done.
All right.
So.
Well, let's get the subscriptions up on YouTube and let's get this thing going. All right. We'll go downstairs. We've got our 1 to 5. Please
No,
don't.
thank you.
Please don't. 1 to 3 version of the program. You can join us there. We've got tons to talk about today. We're going to be taking your texts, and guess what? We're going to break some ice here on phone calls. The new edition of KSL Brightside, we haven't taken any phone calls nightside. When we used to take phone calls, it was our bread and butter. Now we're going to go back to taking phone calls. This one is going to be a good one to break the ice on, too, because it's about left lane lurkers or loafers. Which one do we decide on? The people who hang out in the left lane and are going too slow, the Utah Highway Patrol is cracking down on these fools. We'll talk about that and much more. For Caitlin, for Ethan, I'm Alex. We'll be downstairs in just a few minutes.
Environment, delivering nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to the earth. Alexandra Panett-Gonzalez is a professor for city and metropolitan planning at the University of Utah and a curator of urban ecology with the Natural History Museum of Utah. Thanks so much for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
So describe this research. What did you find?
Well, first, I just want to remind everybody that we think a lot about fires emitting smoke into the atmosphere, but that smoke can actually rain out of the sky, bringing whatever's in the smoke back down to ecosystems. So we decided to study that process, and we found that smoke coincides with rain somewhat infrequently, but it seems to be happening more and more over time. So just to give you an example, we found that these smoke rain events, as we're calling them, happened on average 4 to 22 days per year, depending on the year. But the number was 5 times higher in 2022, which is the year with the most smoke. Secondly, and very importantly, as you mentioned in the intro, we found that smoke-affected rain increases the amount of nutrients delivered to ecosystems. And so the nutrients that were most enhanced in rain were nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are 3 nutrients that are essential for life. I also want to mention these are key components of fertilizer because they tend to promote the growth of organisms. So just to put a number on it, in 2022, these events, even though they occurred infrequently, they accounted for about up to 1/3 of the annual amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that was raining out of the sky, so to speak. So those are 2 very important findings, and this varies from region to region across the United States. Here in the western United States, we have lower rainfall than in the eastern United States. And so even though those events didn't happen as frequently, we saw very large increases in the amount of nitrogen, potassium, and calcium as well, which is another essential nutrient for life.
So how do these nutrients really help the environment? What do they do?
So what nutrients do is they can, just like nutrients for the human body, they can promote growth, right? They can increase the production in the ecosystem. But it's really important to bear in mind that nutrients can have environmentally positive or also detrimental effects on ecosystems. It really depends on which ecosystem we're talking about, what the status of that ecosystem is. And so the effects can range from causing plants to grow, to decreasing the survival of plants, to changing what kinds of plants we have in our ecosystem. And that is not something that we studied in this particular research, but we really wanted to raise the banner and say, this is something that we should be thinking about.
All right. I really appreciate your time. Wish I had more time. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Joining me live on the KSL Newsline, that is Alexandra Panett-Gonzalez, a professor for city and metropolitan planning at the University of Utah and the curator of urban ecology at the Natural History Museum of Utah. Let's get you up to date on the drive, traffic, and weather. It's brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Here's Cormac Bone.
Still looking good on all your major freeways, but we do have some slowdowns in the usual places. Westbound on the 201 freeway in Magna, approaching 8000 West. Due to that construction, it's only one lane getting through there, and that's why it's slow right now. And we do still have this closure in Ogden, eastbound Hinckley Drive from 1900 West over to Pennsylvania Avenue, but you shouldn't see any slowdowns on I-15 all across the Wasatch Front. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL 7-day forecast. 94, partly cloudy skies today with a slight chance for storms in the mountaintops. 95 tomorrow, repeat performance almost, with a slight chance in the evening, but mainly higher terrain. 96 on Thursday, mostly sunny skies, dry air in place. Partly cloudy on Friday, 95. Now you work into Saturday, 88 with a slight chance for storms. 85, mostly cloudy on Sunday, and Monday, 87, partly cloudy. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
And a lot of sunshine, 90 degrees in downtown Salt Lake City. The 7-day forecast brought to you by Performance Automotive Bountiful. Quick check of the markets. They are in good shape today. Complete update of your money news is coming up next. Well, now that you're probably done vacationing, taking those big luxurious trips, or done camping and eating that great barbecued food, this is a great time. You're getting back into routine, and it's a great time to think about taking off those extra pounds that are really having an impact on your health. I want to tell you about Salt Lake City Fat Loss and how it's impacted my life. I've lost more than 40 pounds with this great program. The biggest thing that it did for me is I can work out in the yard for hours a day and not have back spasms like I had before, just taking off that belly fat on the front of my body. I've lost more than 40 pounds, but many of their clients lose up to a pound per day. And you do this through an all-natural program, so you don't have to worry about any sort of side effects. You are eating regular food from the grocery store, but it's just a certain combination that helps burn off that stored belly fat. You can find out more at slcfatloss.com. I mean, wouldn't it be great to lose up to a pound per day before we get into the thick of the holidays? Just go to slcfatloss.com, slcfatloss.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
The energy, the roar. Moments you'll always remember. Next season, Jaren Jackson Jr. is hunting blocks. Laurie Markkinen is getting buckets. And Ace is just getting started. Don't just watch Jazz basketball. Experience every moment. 2026-27 season tickets are on sale now. Full and half-season packages available. Plus exclusive benefits like arena discounts and player events. Are you in? Join the climb today. UtahJazz.com or call 801-355-DUNK.
KSL News Time 12:54. A sequel to a 2003 hit rom-com is in the works. It's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
You did your job, though, Andy. You wanted to lose a guy in 10 days. Congratulations. You did it. You just lost him.
No, I didn't, Ben. Because you can't lose something you never had.
Hollywood Reporter says Paramount is starting up the development, but there's not much set in stone at this point. The original made $177 million at the global box office. Watching Utah's money, Lego sales jumped in the first half of 2026, likely driven by the FIFA World Cup and Formula One racing. Company made sets to celebrate. Reuters says its market share has outpaced rival toy companies like Mattel and Hasbro. Lawmakers across the U.S. are targeting ghost jobs. Those are job postings that aren't actually intended to be filled. Companies post them but don't ever do anything with them. The Wall Street Journal says 19% of jobs advertised on digital job boards in the second quarter of the year were ghost jobs. That's 1 in 5. Oreo is releasing 3 limited edition flavors to celebrate summer and summer fairs. They are banana pudding, chicken and waffles, and deep fried Oreo flavor. The winner will be brought back in 2027. And taking a look at your money at this moment, the Dow is up by 108 points, nearly 0.25%, sitting at 53,525. S&P up by 15 points. The NASDAQ up by nearly 0.5%, up by 115 points. Monsoonal storms created a rare sight for Utahns, a moonbow. Never heard of such a thing. It's a type of rainbow formed when moonlight hits water droplets. It usually only happens with a full moon because it produces so much light. But the 82% illumination produced enough light for the moonbow. More could form over the week, but it becomes less likely as the air gets drier.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait, only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
I was called out on a case in the burbs. A pretty little house. Nice landscaping. The owner was obviously upset.
It's horrible. Look.
Scandalous, to say the least. There it was. A brand new oak tree, dead as a doornail. But why?
I only bought it from the nursery a few months ago.
I stepped over the chalk line and dug down to investigate. Sure enough, circling roots. Like most nursery pots, this one, it caused the roots to spiral around the tree. It was death by strangulation. You should have bought a super tree, I said.
Super tree?
Super trees are grown in special air pods to promote superior root development and prevent roots from circling. Super trees grow faster, stronger, and have better foliage, she said.
My landscaping will never be the same.
I tipped my hat and said, case closed.
Visit Super Trees and receive 10% off. Super Trees at the Riverton Nursery, 2767 West, 126 South, or online at supertrees.com.
You trust us for news and information in your car. Now trust us at home. KSL News Radio has you covered, keeping you informed on the latest breaking news, weather, traffic, sports, and more. Listen on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device. Just say, Alexa, open KSL News Radio. Or listen on the KSL News Radio Listen app. Text the word app to 57500. KSL News Radio. We have you covered.
911, tell me exactly what happened.
My son and his wife and their 2 children haven't responded.
Susan Powell disappeared on a snowy morning in 2009.
Your wife is missing, Josh.
Yeah, but
And you want to think about it for a couple of days?
The podcast, Cold, has gone deep on these kinds of stories.
I'd had this overwhelming feeling that he had done something to her already.
Clearly, something happened on that couch because he cleaned it.
Find and follow Cold wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic and weather together. It's brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Cormac?
Still looking pretty calm on your roadways. Just some regular slowdowns eastbound on the 201 freeway in Magna. That one lane in the construction zone building up a little more heavy traffic now, starting at 7200 west, reaching over to 8000 west. And we also have delays in Utah County, some light and scattered slowdowns both directions of Pioneer Crossing from Redwood Road over to I-15, especially slow westbound approaching Saratoga Road. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
Staying in the mid-90s for the next few days before the temperature drops on Saturday down into the 80s, and that's because we do have a 40% chance of showers on Saturday. Looks like Sunday, 30% chance of showers, and then Monday, much the same, still that chance of showers exists. Right now, 90 degrees in downtown Salt Lake City. KSL Brightside is up next.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon, 1 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. To look at our top stories this hour. We begin with our top national story from ABC News. Country music icon Dolly Parton has passed away. Her family says she died peacefully in Nashville, surrounded by her loved ones. ABC News contributor Megan Wright says Parton had been having health issues.
She has been recently struggling with her health. Dating back to last year, there were some moments. I remember there was a time when her sister took to Facebook and, said, pray for Dolly, and Dolly had to kind of come out and say that she was going through some health, issues, but she will be okay.
Parton had also starred in multiple films and was an Oscar nominee. She was 80 years old. Our top local story this hour. Imagine finding out you're adopted and your biological father is sitting on Utah's death row. That's what happened to Tyler Anger. Now he's speaking out on his father's behalf ahead of a new bond hearing. KSL News Radio's Heather Peterson has details.
Anger tells KSL he finally pressed his biological mother for answers about his dad in 2009.
She said, "Do you really want to know?" And I said, "Yeah, I really want to know." And she said, "Well, his name's Douglas Carter, and he's one of the 9 inmates on death row at the Utah State Penitentiary." And so that was pretty wild to hear.
Carter's conviction has since been overturned, and he's now awaiting a new trial date for the murder of Eva Olesen in Provo in 1985. Anger says he and Carter now talk on the phone a lot about how slow the case is moving, but also about life as they get to know each other. Tomorrow, Carter will be back in court to see if he can be released on bond, and hopefully they'll set a new trial date for the 4-decade-old murder case. Heather Peterson, KSL News Radio.
Taking a look at your money at this moment, the Dow's currently up 154 points, the S&P is up 21, the NASDAQ is up 145 points. Coming up, staying mostly dry today, but still got a slight chance of thunderstorms. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time 101.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
Looking to transform your kitchen or bathroom? Discover the difference at AMC Building Materials. New arrivals are here. Explore the latest shaker-style cabinets, sleek European-style flat panel cabinets, and beautiful new quartz countertops in today's most popular colors. With a 25,000 square foot showroom and a warehouse in Salt Lake City, AMC keeps a wide selection of the most popular cabinets and countertops in stock. So many in-stock cabinet styles are available for same-day purchase and pickup, making it easy to start your project right away. Enjoy factory direct pricing, free design, free in-home measurements, and expert installation. Most remodeling projects are completed in as little as 10 days. Visit the AMC Building Materials showroom at 3678 South 700 West or schedule your free estimate today at amckitchensaltlakecity.com. AMC Building Materials. Come see the difference today.
It's time to get sewing again with special discounts and super savings in August on Bernina machines and accessories at Dave's Bernina in St. George and Provo.
Find out about the new products to be released in the upcoming weeks. Special pre-order pricing on the all-new Bernina 790 Ultra, 580 and 495 Liberty editions, and the Bernina 660 and 620 Surgers.
Come in and test drive their sewing machines.
The Bernina 990, 770 Pro, and 570 are on sale, featuring free accessory bundles worth from $2,900 up to $4,600.
All new Berninas come with a 5-year warranty and free classes.
48 months, 0% interest on specific machine purchases.
And at Dave's Bernina, they service all brands. August means big savings at Dave's Bernina, 691 East St. George Boulevard and 2017 North, 550 West in Provo. Dave's Bernina.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Devin Lattori.
No traffic this afternoon on all the major freeways between Ogden and Provo. Just seeing some construction slowdowns both directions on the 201 in Magna from 72nd to 84th West. And down in Utah County, scattered slowdowns both directions of the Quarry Ride Highway starting at Eagle Mountain Boulevard to the transition into Pioneer Crossing. Don't miss the Rocky Mountain Gun Show August 29 and 30th at the Mountain America Expo Center. Get 500 rounds of 9mm ammo for just $95. Devin Lattori in the KSL Traffic Center.
We're only expected to top out in the mid-90s for the rest of the week. No triple digits, thankfully. Got a 20% chance of seeing storms today, but a greater chance tomorrow, 30% seeing those tomorrow afternoon and evening potentially. Look for a high of 94 today, 95 tomorrow, 96 the high of the week on Thursday. Right now it's 83 degrees and mostly clear skies in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSL.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Curie.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. Thanks so much for joining us on a Tuesday afternoon. And got some mixed news today, Alex, some mixed news today. And so should we just cover it in our three things? I think we should, right?
Is the Dolly Parton news in the three things?
I was going to put that in the three things.
We may as well.
I was going to put that as leading the three things.
All right, let's do it. Let's jump in right here. Let's get things started.
Your top trending stories happening right now. KSL Brightside's The Three Things.
All right, if you haven't heard, Dolly Parton died today, age 80. That's what her family announced. Her nephew, who's also her head of security, recorded a video that was posted to the Dolly Parton Facebook and Instagram pages. And what I thought was interesting is that he actually said that this is something she had asked of him years ago, if he would do this for her. I mean, not to make this story about Dolly Parton's nephew, but I thought this was super interesting. But apparently her nephew, chief of security, inherited that role from his dad, who was Dolly Parton's uncle. And so, I don't know, kind of an interesting way that she set up she set people up around her. But yeah, man, dead today. 60 years in the entertainment business as a singer, songwriter, actress, businesswoman, philanthropist.
Yeah, she's one of the better people in Hollywood, or I guess Dollywood, in entertainment, right? She was one of those people that she had kind of this interesting marriage. I say interesting marriage. They were married it's just such a different deal. They were married forever, right? I mean, they were together for, 50 plus years. He passed away last year, or more than a year ago, or it was just around a year ago. And then she ends up passing away. And it was it's a bummer because she's one of those just like, I don't know, our producer Caitlin's pretty shaken up. Caitlin ranks this as the top three most iconic performer, at least during her lifetime, has passed away. What did it go? Michael Jackson, Dolly Parton, and then Ozzy Osbourne?
She was
some
really
version
shook,
of that
she
order.
was really
some
shook up
version
for
of that
Ozzy
order.
too, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, so I don't know. And I started to think too, I was like, what performers are alive that you would be just absolutely blown away by if they passed away? Or not even about like shocked about it, but just be just
really
super
sad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of somebody right now who would have the type of impact of a Dolly Parton death announcement, that would be as big of a deal. I'm trying short of people who are like in their prime right now and they are dying like a car accident or it's like when Kobe Bryant passed away. That was one of the most shocking moments in my entire like news life, because I remember just being like, oh my goodness, I remember exactly where I was when I found out. It was just like, there's no way. The guy is super young, but it was because it was attached to a massive tragedy, right? It was just like, it was out of nowhere. I think Dolly Parton being 80 years old, and she'd been announcing all these different health things, like, I'm coming back, don't you worry about it. And we got this. I mean, we talked about it yesterday on our stream. We were discussing this very person. We were just discussing Dolly Parton and the virtual concerts that she's going to start setting up. Maybe that was the indicator. And we've had more than a few people walk around and go, it's you guys' fault for talking about it yesterday. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. We're going to note that. We're going to take all the people who brought that up with us. We're going to remember. All right?
Yeah.
We're the ones you're going to blame. Dolly. You're going to put the death of Dolly Parton at our feet, huh? Okay. Fine.
Multiple people have already brought that up with us today.
We were just going down the hallway
just
now. Somebody is coming up the stairs. Somebody goes, real nice yesterday with you guys' video. We're like, huh? They're like, Dolly Parton? Real nice. And we were like, oh, sorry.
All right, next up on the three things. Thing number 2, Park City is considering a subsidized shuttle that would connect Salt Lake City Airport and resorts up there in Park City. They're saying that they're thinking it could be about $15 a person each way, depending on what kind of funding they get. But this is designed to provide a low cost way to get from the airport up to Park City because, and not a lot of people know this, but there is no transit up to Park City.
No, it's $100 Uber ride from the from the airport. I mean, it's something stupid.
Hold on, I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull up the Uber app right now.
If you brought it up right now, it's different because the reality is that
during the season,
in the wintertime, during seasonal stuff, going up to Park City from the Salt Lake International Airport is a pretty standard between $75 and $100. It feels like.
Yeah,
and so I think that I think subsidizing anything to get to that area would be great. But at the same time, let me just bring this up. The people who are flying in and then going up to Park City, I don't want to subsidize those people.
Well, it's $60
right now.
Yeah, right now it's $60.
Yeah, it's I'm during the season. So the other reason I know this too is remember when I did Uber? I remember when I drove Ubers for like 3 weeks.
I do.
And I did that run from the airport to Park City in the snow one time. Now, part of it is that I had a Suburban. This is back in like 2013 or something like that.
Yeah, early
2011. And I remember it being like it was the surge pricing thing, and this guy did not care. He's like, I don't care. Whatever it is. Because I pulled up to the thing, and I was like, hey, it's like it says it's going to charge you like $120. He's like, I don't care. And so I did it, and I went, and we did the whole thing. And I remember just being like, that's great. It's $120. But this guy just paid $120 to drive up to Park City from the airport. It's a 28-minute drive.
We got this text that says, correct, it's about $100 for an Uber or Lyft. So during the season.
Yeah.
But most of them don't have snow tires. I drive a professional VIP driving protection service, and let me tell you, you don't want to use them as a professional driver.
Yeah.
I can see how that would be a problem.
And
so
by the way, some of them might not even have all-wheel drive, and then you try to get up the canyon, and they're like, can we get up the canyon? The answer is no.
So I actually have, that's a good point, actually. I actually have 12 options on Uber for this ride. So the cheapest one is $60. You know what the most expensive one is? That's for Uber X.
So Uber Black is probably the most expensive, right?
It's Premier SUV. I don't know if they do.
Okay, so Premier SUV is essentially what this guy's saying he drives around too.
Yeah.
Like the VIP, like...
Premier SUV right now.
I'm going to say 111.
125.
Yeah.
And they say it's on sale. It's got a little line through.
Sure it is.
It says it's 125. That's a deal. It's normally 156.
Yeah, put a line. If you put a line through it, then it's obviously on sale.
All right.
I do that. I fall for this online all the time. Yeah. Oh, it's for sale. How do you know? Well, I had a line through it.
Alex, next up, this is the third thing. Mm-hmm. So anyway, just keep your eye out for that shuttle. I think that'd be an interesting option.
I'm all for it.
They think that the whole thing is going to cost about $820,000 at its full proposed scope, which they've got. They've got that up there in Park City. They can find $820,000. Just start rummaging through the couch cushions up there at Stein Erickson.
Sure.
They'll find it. The last thing, the third thing, and I've not seen this as a news story yet. So I'm just going to tee this up for whoever is out in the newsroom that is looking for a news story that just hasn't found something cool. I thought this was amazing. So 980 total fires in the state of Utah so far this year. 454 human caused, 465 by nature.
Yesterday, Mother Nature hadn't passed this up yet.
So Mother Nature has triggered more wildfires than human. And I don't know how often this has happened, but last year it was all human. It was human, mostly human caused, not even close.
Yeah.
So I don't know how often it happens that there are more natural fires than human fires. Now, there are 61 fires of unknown cause. But of the identified cause fires, Mother Nature has triggered 11 more than humans have.
All right, so why does she always have to do this?
Who?
Mother Nature.
Well, but that's the thing. Is she doesn't always have to.
She's got to make it about her.
Because usually,
because all you've been talking about is how human caused fires. They're all crazy this year, and then she's like this. Mother Nature's like, you know what? I'm kind of an attention seeking planet.
So here's what I'm interested in knowing. Now, obviously, lightning has sparked off a huge number of fires last week. I mean, a massive number of fires. That's what's caught her up. But, we have these lightning storms. This happens. I wonder if, because we made the fires such a big deal kind of early in this season, I wonder if people were just like on their
Do you think we backed it off?
behavior.
Do you think people really did
I think
change
people
what
really
their
did.
behavior was like?
I think people really did, because the number, let's see here, 2025 number of human caused fires.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Human caused were 688.
Last year?
688 last year.
Yeah.
So
are we coming up to, like, when do you think they're going to stop? When do you think they're going to stop being started, so to speak?
When they're
like November or what?
Stop starting them?
Yeah. Like when does that number kind of just get cut off?
I think soon, right?
Okay. Yeah, fall.
Just gets too damp.
I hope so.
Just gets too dank and damp, and it's just,
I don't know if we got that gross. Jeez. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a break. We've got lots going on the program today. By the way, so many of the things that are jumping into the news today, and so many things that are catching our eye. And one of those things that a little bit later we're going to be asking your phone calls on is the left lane loafers, people who are really, really bad at just hanging out in the fast lane as slow drivers. We'll talk to you about that a little bit later. But coming up around the corner here, the Christmas creep has started at my local Costco. The Halloween creep has started months and months ago, but what some companies are doing, because they're backing off on something that is a super popular fall treat. We'll talk about that next. Stay right here with us. It's KSL Brightside.
Hi, I'm Maria Chaleos, host of the KSL News Daily podcast, where you'll get a deep dive on a story important to you and the 3 things you need to know each weekday morning. Follow the KSL News Daily today, wherever you get your podcasts.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now, or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hi, this is Doug Wright, and there are 3 terrific productions underway right now at Hale Center Theater. Let's start with the newest on the Jewel Box stage. It's Moriarty, a new Sherlock Holmes adventure, pitting Holmes against his arch rival and mentor, Professor James Moriarty, in a delightful and even humorous tale. And by the way, at the end of the play, when the curtain falls, the cast comes out to take their bows. You'll be amazed at how few actors actually brought this story to life. On the center stage, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. This is an absolute favorite. And the young theater goer who was sitting behind me kept saying, "This is so cool," and he absolutely nailed it. It's on the center stage. And don't forget Thornton Wilder's Our Town. It's an American classic. All 3 showing now at Hale Center Theater. Don't forget to get your season tickets for 2027. Go to hct.org. Get your tickets now at Hale Center Theater.
Higher taxes, soaring inflation, record low interest rates, and the skyrocketing cost of healthcare. The list goes on. Retiring successfully today is a lot more complicated than ever before. Learn how you can tackle the biggest challenges that you'll face in retirement today. Don't miss a special edition of Retirement Solutions Radio. It's this Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, right here on KSL News Radio 1027.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Is that a new bump on your dog's neck? Or is that bump just a part of his neck? Could be a bug bite or something way worse.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Wait, there's another bump. right by the first bump.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
Alex, have you ever heard of Summerween? I'm so annoyed by it, by the way.
Just the term sounds annoying, yeah.
The passage of time is just so unnerving to me. I don't like it.
How so?
Just
getting older?
Yeah,
or what?
Man.
So, it's interesting you brought up this term Summerween. What the heck is it?
Let me explain it. It's an informal cultural and retail phenomenon that blends the traditions of Halloween with the warm weather activities of the summer. Typically celebrated through July and August.
I don't like those two things mixing, by the way. I don't like warm weather and Halloween stuff. Get out of my face.
And basically, among the elements of Summerween, have you started to see Halloween things up for sale?
Oh, the Halloween stuff has been for sale at my local Costco since June. Some things like the big skeleton coming out of the ground. They just started rolling out the Frankenstein that like moves when you like the big tall Frankenstein standing there that when you walk by it starts talking to you. I'm increasingly annoyed, but it's also interesting too because your kids and my kids have the same thing where they're like they kind of can't look away but they're freaked out by it.
Yeah.
I'll take my kids to Home Depot once a fall to walk them past the scary section. And they never want to go back, but they are fascinated by it.
Can I point something else about how Summerween this year?
Yeah.
So today we are expecting the high to be here in Salt Lake City. We're expecting the high to be around 93. So we're almost there. It's 92.
Hot. Yeah,
mid-90s.
It's still really hot.
You know what else happened today? Starbucks has rolled out their pumpkin spice latte.
We're in PSL. We're in PSL time frame.
Yep.
So pumpkin spice latte. You want to hear a victory though, because it's easy to poo-poo the pumpkin spice latte. It's like the official beverage of middle-aged moms across the country. Like that's kind of the joke where they go, oh, middle-aged moms when pumpkin spice lattes come out, they start going crazy. And let me roll something out though. McDonald's, for the first time in 13 years, has said, we're not doing pumpkin spice.
Good for them.
Yeah, McDonald's is going, we're not doing pumpkin spice this year. Which I don't think people look at and go, man, that was my go-to pumpkin spice place. But I think, and in my mind, like from just an intellectual standpoint, you could tell me, oh, McDonald's has pumpkin spice. I'd go, yeah, sure. That makes sense because that's what they do. They sell coffee, so they make a huge amount of money off of that. That being said, when they take it off the shelf and they say we're not doing it, they are now. Here's the thing, though: they took this opportunity to roll out. They're going to have a caramel apple. That they're going to have the caramel apple latte or coffee of some sort. So they walk away from the pumpkin spice to say they're going to have a caramel apple one.
You know what I kind of prefer?
An
actual caramel apple.
Yes.
Don't you think McDonald's could do a caramel apple really well? Wait, but didn't they though? Weren't they doing for a time the caramel apple dippers? Who was doing that?
Oh, I don't know if they were or
not. Was
not.
that McDonald's?
I don't know if it was McDonald's or not. But I will just tell you right now because my brain and I'm sure they've considered everything at this point. But they already do the apple pie. What if they did a caramel apple pie for the summer? I mean, for the winter.
I would prefer that over.
Imagine a gooey caramel and the apple inside the old apple pie pocket that they're now frying again. And so we're at a good spot here.
Yeah.
We're at a great culinary spot here in the U.S. right now. Come on.
Well, congratulations, everybody. We're already into latte season.
Okay, so how early?
Today they roll out the pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks for Summerween.
So Costco's already doing Christmas stuff, too. Because my son was like, why do we have Christmas up right now? And it's August. And it's a great question. My question is how early is too early for the stuff that comes out in the store? And also, do you buy any Christmas stuff right now in August at the front end of the Christmas season? I don't know when the best. I think the best time to buy new Christmas stuff is obviously in January and February, because that's when you get the deeply discounted stuff.
We already have our Christmas stuff.
I know. We're set for life too. I don't have any at this point now. I've hit peak of all the stuff that we need for Christmas, and now it's just going to be a lifetime of getting rid of crap. You know what I mean? Like just getting rid of all the stuff that we've been putting out for Christmas. And every year that we get it out, I kind of go, this nativity set, I thought that the angel broke on this one, so we just threw the whole thing away.
You know what?
And now it just keeps showing up. All these same things just keep showing up. You're exactly right, Ethan. I have all the Christmas stuff. I don't need any more. We are not asking. And I will never be the guy who puts inflatable anything in my lawn. My wife would divorce me. I could probably get away with a lot of things.
But that's not one of them.
No, I could. If I bought inflatable stuff to go out on the lawn for any holiday, I would have my stuff out on the lawn when I got home. That is a divorceable offense in my family, is buying inflatable Halloween and Christmas and, I would assume Thanksgiving decorations as well.
You know what we did several years ago? The encouragement of some friends who do this every year is we pivoted to harvesting our own tree. So you get a permit. And you go up in the mountains, right? And you get your own tree.
Yeah.
Alex, you should give this a shot. It actually is really, really fun.
See, and we pivoted from having a natural tree to a fake one. See, and so we're going in a different direction here. I'm not at all interested in going out into the snow to go get a tree.
Let me tell you.
This does not seem like you either.
No, let me tell you how much better it is. Because one of the things that always annoyed me was the ornaments. It was just too many.
And they're all over the place. They got all sorts of stuff going on.
Now, when you get a tree from the forest, so a tree that's 8 feet, right?
Yeah.
Fits in your living room,
Yeah,
8-foot ceiling. A tree that fits in there is actually a really young tree and is very sparse and very thin. Doesn't have very many branches. And now there's an opportunity. And so now, basically, when we get the tree, it's a tree that we get as a family.
Right.
So we go up, we get it together.
Do you cut it down yourself?
Yeah. You can take a chainsaw. Takes.
Do you have a chainsaw?
5 seconds.
I don't see you operating a chainsaw.
And you bring it down, and it's really fun to do. You got to get a permit. Sometimes that's a challenge.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Not interested.
Because it's pretty popular.
Could I poach one?
But here's what happened: is we suddenly were faced with a tree that hardly holds any ornaments, and so you know what we got out? All the ornaments that our kids have made.
Yeah, just the fun ones,
and
the memorable
So
ones.
pretty much our tree is all the ornaments our kids have made, maybe one or two others. Can't hold anything more than that. It actually has been really cool.
So we just have the pre-lit, pre-assembled, throw it up in the corner, throw the ornaments on there. The way that we get rid of ornaments is we just let our small children break them. So the smallest kids, we put them as low as possible. If I don't like an ornament, I put it low. And then my daughter tears it off the tree and breaks it. Yeah. So that's our move. And it's interesting too, because I have a lot of those, like the kids made this one, and we started to get into a thing where wherever we kind of go during the year, we'll grab a Christmas ornament.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a lot of like where we've traveled Christmas ornaments.
Mm-hmm. Columbus, Ohio, Christmas ornament.
Right. Just a lot of like
amazing.
Just a lot of like Bakersfield, California.
Great memories.
Yeah. Gosh, Flagstaff was so fun. Remember that? So we have these places that we've been Christmas ornaments, and even those I'm kind of like,
We, for a little while, were doing the fridge magnets for places we went.
Yeah.
And that fizzled out too. It's
right.
Like,
We got a fridge that's not magnetic now, and that's really been disappointing. Because my kids are like, let's put this up, and then I have to tape it. And then we don't get, but I will tell you, we don't get any of those ones.
All right. Jerry says, the earlier and earlier creeping of Halloween and Christmas is crazy.
It's so dumb.
Kay says, when it comes to Costco and things they have for sale, you better buy it when you see it, when it's gone.
I know, because they don't.
I have bought Halloween stuff at Costco in July. So Kay says she's done it.
They do that on purpose. I know that it's a move that they do, because I told you, I said I bought a sweater at Costco because they're selling sweaters right now.
But
in October they will be like, anyway, here's your tank top for next spring and fall or spring and summer.
Well, if you're not familiar with it, it's called Summerween, and it's the weird blending of summertime and Halloween, as evidenced by today. Apparently today, I haven't been to Starbucks, but apparently today they're rolling out the pumpkin spice latte, and McDonald's also this week saying they're not doing pumpkin spice anything. They're going to be doing caramel apple.
Yeah,
so that's their fall.
I love how they walked away from it too. They're like, no, we're not going to go back to. We're not doing the pumpkin spice. We're doing caramel apple. It's the same.
In other words, in other news, it's 93 degrees, and October could not feel more further away than it is right now.
Yeah. I'm the same way. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we return, one of the big stories on KSL.com today has to do with left lane loafers, the people who are in the left lane, and what the UHP is going to do to crack down on people who are holding up the quote-unquote fast lane. We will come back. More to go right around the corner. It is KSL Brightside.
1:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small with a look at our top stories this half hour. Country music icon Dolly Parton has passed away. Parton had been battling health issues for months and even had to cancel her Las Vegas residency earlier this year because of them. Back in 1982, Parton spoke about what success meant to her in an ABC News exclusive interview with Barbara Walters.
For me, the Dolly Parton star is accomplishing every possible thing that I can. I want to mean something. I don't want to just be some joke. I don't want to be the all-American joke, just with the boobs and the hair and the tight belts or the whatever. I want to be a meaningful, artistic, person.
Dolly Parton's family says she passed away peacefully, surrounded by her loved ones in Nashville. She was 80 years old. Our top local stories this half hour. A man was arrested in connection to a head-on crash in Park City over the weekend. One person was seriously injured in the crash and two others had minor injuries. Police say the suspect's blood alcohol level was over 5 times the legal limit when the crash happened. Suspect's been booked into the Summit County Jail. Utah Highway Patrol says they're now looking at ways to crack down on people overstaying their welcome in the left lane. Utah Highway Patrol Colonel Greg Hawley says this is something people have wanted to see addressed.
Follow our YouTube channel, right with the Hive. A trooper made a stop and issued a citation for left lane, and the comments were all kinds of accolades. Yes, you actually are enforcing this.
Hawley says even if you are going the speed limit in Utah, it is illegal to stay in the left lane when someone wants to pass you. He says they are considering doing more blitzes to target this issue and potentially educate people more about the law. Your money at this moment, the Dow is currently up 153 points. The S&P is up 17. The NASDAQ is up 116 points. Coming up, starting to dry out more, not as hot, but still got a slight chance of thunderstorms. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 1:32.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
Rocky Mountain Gun Shows. Don't miss the Rocky Mountain Gun Show, Saturday and Sunday, August 29th and 30th at the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy. Stock up on wholesale ammo with no limit on quantity. Get 500 rounds of 9mm ammo for just $95. Shop our massive selection of firearms, mags, knives, and outdoor equipment. It's the Rocky Mountain Gun Show, so you know it'll be good. Rocky Mountain Gun Shows.
Amanda, there's a lot of different companies that promise results, but there's very few that you can see the results. Soda Diet and Nutrition is one of those that you will see the results and you just can't deny it.
I mean, you can lose 15 to 20 pounds in a month.
In a month.
In 4 weeks.
And this is why it's so awesome that Soda has extended their 4 weeks free offer until the end of August. So you can have that. You can get ready for holiday season. You will look great going into holiday season.
I lost 37 pounds in a little more than 3 months, and I've kept it off for 4 years. So do you want long-term success and long-term feeling great? Think of Soda.
Yeah, and I lost 70 pounds in 5 months. It can be done, and it feels great. You have more energy, your clothes fit you better, and you just feel confident about a lot of things.
And if you don't want to take our word for it, go look on Google. There are over 10,000 fantastic Google reviews of Soda.
Just call 866-800-SOTA to speak with a degreed nutritionist or go to sotadietnutrition.com because Soda is, say it with me, Amanda,
state of the art.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Here's Devin Lattori.
In Provo, seeing minor slowdowns in both directions of University Avenue starting at University Parkway to the merge with I-15 due to construction. Also back up in Weber County, expect intermittent traffic holds today between 1 and 5 p.m. due to a permitted film crew near 24th Street and Grant Avenue. I'm Devin Lattori in the KSL Traffic Center.
We're expected to stay in the low to mid-90s for the rest of the week. Cooler temperatures this weekend. Staying mostly dry as well. Not much of a chance of a rain tonight, but going to be a little bit more of a chance of that tomorrow afternoon and evening. Expected to dry out even more come Thursday. High of 96. That'll be potentially the hottest temperature of the week. Right now, it's 91 degrees in Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at ksl.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Now we've got houses, kids, responsibilities.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, we're all grown up. We have pre-diabetes, lower back pain.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Curie. If you're in your car, heads up, pay attention. We're going to talk about driving. We're going to talk about cars. Specifically, the Utah Highway Patrol has announced that they're going to start cracking down on people who are lingering too long in the left lane. Utah Highway Patrol Colonel Greg Hawley says that state troopers can find themselves in a pickle when they come across a driver in the left lane tailgating another driver who is driving just a lot slower than people might like. Now, Officer Hawley says, if I have to pick between two people breaking the law, someone hanging out in the left lane and someone aggressively trying to push them faster, typically troopers are going to stop the person that is tailgating. Right. But what they would like to do is they would like, in general, for people to spend less time in that left lane and instead use it as a passing lane.
So, and I see how this, I see where the attitude is on it. I mean, obviously and nobody, I think there's something, there are very few things more frustrating than driving up and then having that person go, nope, I go 68 right here. And you can't push me. I'm out here on the road and I'm going 2 miles an hour under the speed limit. So guess what? You need to just back off. You're the one who's in the wrong here. And I get it. The problem is that is like one of the more frustrating things. Now, on the flip side, you can go that fast. You can absolutely go 68 miles an hour. Go 65. Do it in the very far right lane. Everybody knows that's the place to do it. So now having that one open, by the way, they'll pull you over and go, what are you just doing? Just driving in the left lane.
Well, we got a texter that says, in preparation for your story, so he's laying down some ground rules for us.
He gets the stuff. He gets all the paperwork out.
There is no such thing as a fast lane. It's called a passing lane.
Yeah,
it's only for passing.
Yeah.
Using the term fast lane is where all this confusion comes in. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I kind of have to take the trooper's word for it that this is a problem. It's actually been a long time. This is how old I'm getting, Alex. It's been a long time since I was in the left lane.
Well, why? Time. You haven't passed anybody in the left lane? Even though I'm a kind of a slowish... I
kind of hang out over in the right now.
Or the center lane, right? There's a lot less... I will tell you right now, road rage and riffraff doesn't... almost never starts in the middle lane. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? And I would love to see a study on this. I don't know who's doing the study on it, But I would bet that the people who are the road ragers are the ones who are in the far two left lanes. And they said they gave out, and by the way, we're not talking about the HOV lane. We're not talking about the HOV lane.
Yeah.
Right? The HOV lane is not the lane we're talking about. We're talking about the one that is directly right of it, right? And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure because no one looks at the HOV lane and
I'm
goes,
pretty
that's,
sure, too.
That's not the passing lane because you can't get in and out of it when you want.
That's
and
true.
you can't just use it as a passing lane anyway. So when we're talking about that, the thing that's infuriating on it is the people who are like, I'm the sheriff. Because they're doing it on purpose. It's not just so I'm trying to figure out which one is worse. The one who purposefully does it and goes, "Hey everybody, I'm going to teach everyone a lesson here." No one likes the person teaching somebody a lesson on the road.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the totally oblivious person. I can't tell which one I hate more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The person driving, going slow enough to be like, "Hey everybody, I don't know if you need a lesson. Let's all relearn, and I'm going to teach you all today." 70 miles an hour. 68 miles an hour is just fine here in the left lane. The other thing is that during traffic, Ethan, you have to use all the lanes. So there's no version of keeping all the lanes, keeping that left lane open during traffic. There's no version of that. It has to be used as like a main lane of travel when it is heavy traffic time. I get doing it during lower traffic, but you can't ask everyone to stay out of that lane unless you're passing.
We got a text here. What if we're all nose to tail like NASCAR doing 90, asking for a friend? You know, that's actually...
See, we were talking about that too. Yeah,
that's actually the promise of the self-driving cars. Nose to tail, 90 miles an hour.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes.
You know where I think this might be more of an acute problem is when you get outside the city on those two-lane roads, because I have had that experience.
Two-lane or like the four-lane ones?
Like I-15 down through the center of the road.
Yeah.
2 lanes each direction.
Going down to St. George.
Going down to St. George.
Yeah.
Because I have had that experience where, you know, you've got all the trucks in the right lane.
Yes.
And then so you just have someone who just goes exactly the speed limit in the left lane.
Yes.
And, you know.
Even the trucks are annoyed with that person, by the way.
And you know, they're being passed by people in the right lane.
And trucks are the best at going, I know exactly, like, I know I need to get over here. When a truck gets over in the left lane to pass another truck, for example, like they're not doing it because they're trying to like prove to you. They're not doing it to bug you or anything. They're very, very aware of when to get over, when to be out. They're the best ones that are out there. The problem is that there are people, like you said, who just assume that they are going to teach everybody a lesson. And hey, it's 75 miles an hour here. In some parts of Utah, hey, it's 80 miles an hour now. I'm going to go 78 because look, that's the speed limit. It's not the speed start. And I get it. I get what you're doing. My question is, how do we really get people to do it? Do we start handing out tickets? Should the UHP start giving out tickets for this offense? Because they said they're going to increase it possibly.
So that's a good question. What do you think? Drop us a text, 57500. Should the UHP start giving out tickets for people who linger in the left lane? Especially if they're not going fast enough.
Right.
57500 is the text. And Alex, I found the comment. of the day on KSL.com on this article.
What is it?
It's a comment from Lar. The vast majority of Tesla drivers drive like donkeys. I take it you drive a Tesla. You people think you are the sauce, don't you?
Wow.
No, it's actually Tesla owners. Although I would venture to say they've got some of Elon's personality loss as well.
Sure.
From Provo to Lehigh to Salt Lake City to Ogden and beyond, Park City too. I'm a fantastic driver. And this morning, I must have had 5 Teslas. I'm
a fantastic driver. Okay.
Well, guess what? Newsflash. Their cars crumbled just the same.
I will tell you right now, I do love this. The idea that that the Tesla drivers are the worst ones out there. You know who agrees with you? BMW drivers. Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, no, I know. Because remember, it was decades and decades and decades of just BMW drivers being the
villains of the
Okay,
highway.
That's a great question, too, via text. I want you to pick out by brand the worst drivers. And it could not even just by brand, but like a type of car, too. Because there are sometimes where the lifted truck guy is also the guy going 90 and is riding your tail, right?
Here's a text from Jeff. He says, on average, I drive 1,500 miles per week, and they absolutely need to issue tickets for people that hang out in the left lane. They're more of a hazard than the people doing 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. You know what we ought to do, Alex?
Yeah.
Let's take some phone calls.
You want to do phone calls?
I think we ought to do phone calls.
Breaking out the phone line
I think we owe it. We owe it to the
The old school night side way of doing things has come to Brightside. We're going to do it right now. Okay, we'll open up the phone lines, 801-575-8255. That's KSL Talk. 801 KSL Talk. 801-575-8255. I want to hear all of it. Is there a particular offender who drives a particular car? I'm okay with hearing that. Also, what is too slow in the fast lane? And I know you're not supposed to call it the fast lane, but that's the way we kind of use it. Is it, and should the UHP be handing out these tickets, or should we just go, look, we're all out there battling this thing, man, and if somebody is going slower in that left lane, just be patient and figure out how to get around them, or should those people be punished? 57500, but more importantly, 801 KSL Talk is the phone line. Before we get out, though, I want to talk to you about the folks at Advanced Window Products. Advanced Windows have been helping people have the best climate inside their home for decades now. 40 years of Utahns selling windows to Utahns, making those windows right here in Utah. The factory is here, which is something that's a benefit for you. You know why? You're going to be able to get the best savings because they're the ones who go, we're selling it to you, we're making it ourselves, we're customizing it to your home, and we're going to give you a lifetime warranty that actually means something. Advanced Window Products, all you have to do is go to their website, advancedwindows.com, but you can also just see how the rebates are going to help you. You're going to get the full government rebates with the top of the line window at the best price already. And then guess what? I'm going to throw in an extra $2,500 off of 10 windows or more. $2,500 off of 10 windows or more if you call today and get that free energy audit. They will come out and tell you how much money they can save you. And on a monthly basis, you're going to save hundreds. You're going to be able to see the savings when it comes to having the best window in the business. 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. The folks at Advanced Windows want to take that call and give you that $2,500 off of 10 windows or more. It's advancedwindows.com.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest may not enter. Persons who have won in the last 30, 60, or 90 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available at kslnewsradio.com/contests.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-346-2476. 800-346-2476. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-346-2476.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your afternoon meeting just got canceled. You're welcome on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millett here with Alex Geary, and the Utah Highway Patrol has said they're going to start cracking down on people that linger in the left lane. They say left lane's a passing lane. Also, they've had problems apparently with driver conflict when people get into the left lane, hang out, and then other cars try and tailgate them and things like that. And officers say that they usually pull over the tailgater, but also they feel like they need to kind of start making a point about people who linger in the apparently they got to stop saying fast lane, who linger in the passing lane.
Stop calling it the fat lane. How dare you?
We got this text at 57500. Let me start by saying I, too, am a fantastic driver.
I do love that people are calling themselves the best drivers. That eliminates you immediately because we know that you have – you can't just say, hey, I'm the best driver and I know about this.
Let me finish their text.
Come on.
Let me start by saying I, too, am a fantastic driver. The limits are pretty simple. Anyone driving slower than me is an idiot. Anyone going faster than me is a maniac. So there you go.
Uh-oh. I get nervous about all these people calling in.
Are you ready?
Yeah, 575-8255. That's 801 KSL Talk to be able to weigh in.
Do you have the
I have some people in front of me.
Call them out.
Yes. So let's jump in here. Let's go to Ryan on line 2 here in Lehigh. Ryan, who are the worst offenders out there when you start talking about the people floating in that left lane that we won't call the fast lane?
I drive quite a bit every single week, and I would say it doesn't matter what brand, minivans.
Oh, wow.
Are the absolute worst.
Wow.
Doesn't matter what brand.
So do you favor these crackdown? The Highway Patrol says they're going to just start cracking down on people who are lingering in the left lane.
Absolutely. It needs to flow faster.
Do you like to stay in the left lane, or do you like to kind of hit that fast lane, or do you hang out more to the right?
If I got to move and I'm in a hurry, I'm in the left lane.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ryan, appreciate it. All right, we're going to Dwayne.
Minivans, gosh.
We're going to Dwayne in Provo. Dwayne has a distinction to make between the passing lane and the HOV lane. Dwayne, thanks for being with us.
You bet. My pleasure. I appreciate you guys addressing this. I think that it needs to be recognized that the HOV lane is not the go as fast as you can lane, and everybody else needs to get out of your way. I'm afraid when they do awareness projects like this from UDOT, what it's telling all the other drivers is, if you're going slower than me, if I want to go faster than you, you got to get out of my way. That's what the law says.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going, man.
Yeah. So when they do this, what it's telling all those drivers that are driving bumper to bumper at 80 plus miles an hour in the passing lane is that everybody else on the road needs to get out of their way. They've got somewhere to be. Nobody else matters. They're the most important on the road. And I think that's wrong. I think the focus needs to be on slow down, give some room between you and the car in front of you.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's an interesting point, Alex, that you might have, they might be inadvertently giving people permission to drive even faster in the left lane, because then they're saying, I wonder, I'm interested to see how this plays out, because I think I kind of get his point, and he might be right. People saying, hey, even the Highway Patrol says you got to drive faster in this lane.
Well, so guess what? And I will say, too, when you have these conversations, I know that UHP is hesitant to be able to have this conversation because people do use the term fast lane, and they're going like this. We are not. No. Do not. We're not saying go fast. Please don't go fast. We're saying don't go 64 in the lane where people are driving more closely to the speed limit. Now, I made the mistake of asking whether it was a mistake or not. I don't know, but Ethan read the comment about quote unquote Tesla drivers being, what was the word?
Drive like donkeys.
Drive like donkeys.
Look at this text.
So
this texter says, I'm currently an Uber and Lyft driver, former truck driver. I'm not a fantastic driver. However, I'm a decent driver.
Good.
Let's hammer these turtles to the wall.
You can't do that. Okay.
But
I'm asking.
This might be what our previous caller was talking about.
Right.
And that is, are they accidentally reinforcing the idea that you need to move faster in that
Hey,
lane?
Slowpoke, we're trying to be the Autobahn over here. Because the biggest offense you can make on the Autobahn, which is the world's fastest roadway and famously doesn't really have a posted speed limit, the biggest offense you can make on the Autobahn is to be in the left lane.
Yeah.
You cannot, it is absolute death in that left lane, because you have people traveling at an insane rate of speed, because that's what they're on that road for, and that's kind of what it's famous for.
I think where the roads are 2 lanes in each direction, kind of like through central Utah, I think absolutely we need to make that the norm. That you're in the left lane when you're passing a truck.
All right,
and otherwise you're in the right lane. I think that's smart. Who else? Do we
when
have?
I said we made the mistake of throwing out there like, hey, what type of driver, who's driving the car around with the worst? What car is the car that's driving around the most with the worst reputation of doing this? Let's go to Brandon, who's out there in South Jordan. If it's the Brandon I'm thinking of in South Jordan, I get a little nervous about this. Brandon, who are the worst offenders out there on the road?
Hey guys, no, I don't think it's Brandon you're
thank
thinking
heavens.
of. I'm actually
I just was
friends
nervous.
with Ethan, but
I was nervous about the cussing. That was the only thing, because we have a friend in Brandon in Sojo who used to be an offender on it. All right, so give us the idea of out there who's the worst offender out there.
okay, Audi drivers are definitely the worst. I don't even think they have signals. Are there signals in Audis anymore? Same with BMW drivers. BMW drivers are terrible. They both want to be Mercedes drivers who are actually good. They just can't afford to get the Mercedes, so they drive Audis and BMWs. Tesla drivers are great. That's my take.
Oh, Alex.
I take offense to all
Alex,
this.
I love this idea that you're driving an Audi because you can't afford a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Well, listen, he posed a question. And Alex,
and then he rounded it out with, but Tesla drivers are the best. So I'll take my comments off the air.
No, but Alex, he asked a real question. So you tell us, do Audis even have turn signals? You tell us, Alex. You drive one. Do they even have turn signals?
I drive two. If I could drive both of my Audis at the same time, I would do it at 1,000 miles an hour. I would keep one on one foot. It would be like roller skates on the freeway going between you slow pokes that are out there, you donkeys that are out there in your Teslas.
Oh, man. Well, if you just tuned in, the Highway Patrol says that they are going to start cracking down on people who are lingering in the passing lane.
Right.
And we'll just have to see kind of what this looks like. But they're trying to kind of help improve traffic flow and also reduce friction between drivers, because when people are in that passing lane and they're lingering, they start to get tailgated, and then
we'll take a few more calls here. 575-8255. That's KSL Talk. 575-TALK. We're taking those calls right now. 801-575-8255. Let's go to Mark, who's in Brigham City, who's on the line here with us. Mark, your thoughts on this one? Because look, it's one thing to say, hey, we're just trying to make sure that people are going fast enough out there. It's also about the safety issue, which I love that we're putting on the back seat. It's more just about people wanting to go fast, but safety is the number one issue, right?
No, not really. Conspiracy theorist here. I have a relative from Idaho, and they drive in the left lane because they reserve the right lane for farm implements, farm equipment. And I've come up on Idahoans tapping their brakes, letting me know they were slow. And I was doing 75. They were doing 45 on the freeway. Jeez. But conspiracy theorists, since my dad was a cop and a friend was Highway Patrol, they want to get the slow drivers out of the way so that they can catch the speeders, because they have a quota on speeding tickets. I mean, let's be real. They do. So I think they want to get those slow drivers the heck out of the way so that the speeders can zip on by them so they can pull the speeders over. I don't think it's about safety at all.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
We got to make some money for the state here. Tell everybody to slow down on in the right lane so we can catch open up those lanes so that we can catch the real offenders out. All the Audi and BMW drivers.
See,
is that what you're saying?
This is why I'm so glad I've been hanging out in the right-hand lanes. This is why I'm so glad I've been hanging out there. And you know what? I could probably, if I stayed in the left lane in my drive from Murray here, from Teton to here, I could probably shave, like 45 seconds off of my commute.
They say that doesn't speed anything up. By the way,
but I like being in the right-hand lane and just not having to worry about it. All right, who's next?
Let's go to Troy, who's out there in Tooele. Troy, what have you seen with the habits of the drivers out there who are in the left lane, and how can we improve this thing?
Well, I want to talk about the motorcycle riders, and I don't want to talk about them all. I want to talk about just a few of them that seem to want to do trick stuff or change lanes without signaling. They're darn dangerous, and that's my only complaint on the road, drivers in general. And I want to make a comment about the last guy that called. Cops don't have a quota on tickets. Both my sons are police officers, and I've been told straight out, and I've been on 2 ride-alongs, they don't have a quota. So, but, yeah.
We appreciate your comments, and we appreciate your boys' work out there. They're doing good work for us all.
But I would say also, isn't that isn't that exactly what they would tell you?
Well,
isn't that exactly what they would say if they didn't have a quota?
In defense of our previous caller, he did say it was a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
He did include that.
He's like tinfoil hat here, but I think they're just trying to steal our money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of agree with that caller about the motorcycles. When I'm on the freeway and the motorcycle's coming up, I just stare straight ahead and try to move as little as possible until they get past me.
We're asking for the people who are calling in out there also to give us an idea, because we're all out there together. This is a communal situation. We're supposed to be out there looking out for one another. But Jason in Mill Creek wants to tell you who the worst drivers on the road are. Jason, who are they?
Hey, guys, the worst drivers on the road
are the Ford F-150 drivers.
Wow.
Because
I did not picture
theory.
that. I did not picture that.
I have a theory. I drive truck, and when they see my beautiful Peterbilt going down the road, they get jealous and they want to wreck into it.
They want to crash right into it.
It's not that they want to be you. They want to crash into you. They want to make it all about them. Jason, we appreciate it. I just don't know if there is a perfect solution to this. Pulling more people over, handing out the tickets more often. Not sure. Keep those texts rolling in though at 57500. All right, we'll take the break here. We've got a killer second hour. Stay with us right here on KSL News Radio.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon, 2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. The look at our top stories this hour. We begin with our top national story. Country music icon Dolly Parton has passed away. Her family says she passed away peacefully in Nashville, surrounded by her loved ones. Her exact cause of death is unclear at this point, though she had been battling health issues for months and even had to cancel her Las Vegas residency earlier this year because of those issues. Dolly Parton was 80 years old. Developing news here locally, a search is now underway at Canyonlands National Park for a missing hiker. Park officials say 71-year-old Patrick Trier may have been camping near Moab before heading to Horseshoe Canyon Trailhead around August 17th. He is 6 feet tall, has long brown hair and a mustache. If you have any information that may help their search, reach out to the National Park Service. In other local news, Davis School District may need to revisit a decision to ban a book after potentially failing to follow a few important steps.
An appeal filed against Davis School District says leaders did not take any time to talk before voting to remove Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk from their schools, only putting the topic down on their consent agenda.
This is certainly controversial, which is part of the reason why you'd almost want it on a consent decree, but it needs to be out there as its own separate issue. It's also not something that's routine.
Assistant Attorney General Laura Cooper told the State Standards and Assessment Committee consent agendas are for non-controversial topics, and members should be talking over their decision with the public. The final decision will go to the full State Board of Education. This is the first time a procedural reason has been cited as a problem for a book ban since the state passed the Sensitive Materials Law in 2024. Brianna Willis, KSL News Radio.
Taking a look at your money at this moment, markets are still in the green this half hour. The Dow is currently up 160 points, up to 53,577. The S&P is up 24. The NASDAQ is up 171. Coming up, may not be fully done with the thunderstorms just yet. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:02.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Stop! If you've been waiting for the right time to get that Sundance hot tub or swim spa, this is it. Hot Tub Factory Outlet and Backyards of America have teamed up for the biggest pre-Labor Day sale ever. Savings are simply too good to miss. Ready to turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Now is the time. Choose from premium Sundance hot tubs and powerful swim spas, all deeply discounted for a limited time. Get instant rebates of up to $2,000 off MSRP on select models. Plus save 30, 40, even 50% off MSRP on select Sundance models. But don't wait. These savings won't last. Visit Hot Tub Factory Outlet today at one of our 4 convenient locations. Draper next to Cowabunga Bay, in Sandy just off 90th South, Saratoga Springs across from Costco, and Station Park in Farmington. That's up to $2,000 in instant rebates, plus up to 50% off select models. Hurry in while supplies last. Hot Tub Factory Outlet and Backyards of America.
It's time to get sewing again with special discounts and super savings in August on Bernina machines and accessories at Dave's Bernina in St. George and Provo.
Find out about the new products to be released in the upcoming weeks. Special pre-order pricing on the all-new Bernina 790 Ultra, 580 and 495 Liberty Editions, and the Bernina 660 and 620 Surgers.
Come in and test drive their sewing machines.
The Bernina 990, 770 Pro, and 570 are on sale, featuring free accessory bundles worth from $2,900 up to $4,600.
All new Berninas come with a 5-year warranty and free classes.
48 months, 0% interest on specific machine purchases.
And at Dave's Bernina, they service all brands. August means big savings at Dave's Bernina, 691 East St. George Boulevard and 2017 North 550 West in Provo. Dave's Bernina.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Here's Devin Latore.
Light scattered delays southbound on Highway 89 in South Ogden starting at 500 East to the mouth of Weber Canyon. Also in Weber County, there's a road closure eastbound on Hinckley Drive from 1900 West to Pennsylvania Avenue due to a sinkhole in the road. I'm Devin Latore in the KSL Traffic Center.
Expected to get up to 94 degrees today. A pretty low chance of seeing any rain for the rest of the day, but there is about a 20% chance right now. Got a better chance of seeing rain tomorrow afternoon and evening with a high of 95, 96 the high Thursday. That could be the hottest in the next 7. Thankfully, no triple digits forecasted this week. Right now, it is 92 degrees and partly cloudy in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Alex, that's a great way to get your kids off social media.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, my real goal with the new social media stuff is to show up in my kids' feed.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome. You're listening to KSL Brightside, but I think I speak for both of us, Alex, when I just say how much we enjoyed taking calls for the first time on KSL Brightside. That was really fun. Everyone did a very good job. We got some great texts as well.
So it was years
from here, we just see what happens.
Here's the thing is, you and I we've been skeptical. I think we've been jaded by, I don't know how to put this, because you and I were phone call takers for, a decade of just, and we leaned on our phone calls.
Yeah.
We did it multiple times a night.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that I never left talk radio. I did either this or sports for years, and now it's going on 22 years of taking your phone calls. Like, hey, we're taking your phone calls. But we got a little bit jaded on it because sometimes the callers would punk us.
Sometimes they were terrible.
Sometimes they were really bad. But you know what?
Sometimes they just had nothing interesting to say.
Faith in humanity restored after our conversation with the left lane loafers, Ethan, on the deal here.
Do you remember that shift I used to do from 10 to midnight? I did that for 7 or 8 years.
You know what would happen? So I would drive home. I would leave Nightside, so 7 to 10, and then I would, for a while you and I were doing 7 to 11.
Yeah.
And then you were just by yourself 11 to midnight, and then at some point they went from 10 to midnight, and you were taking phone calls, and I'd be driving home going, this guy hanging out by himself with Salt Lake, with Utah on the phone lines.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
It was really wild. So
I got the popcorn out, and I would drive home and just laugh about the types of people you would take phone calls with.
Usually what happens, and this is what happened before the news break when we were taking phone calls, is you call in and you first talk to a producer, and the producer kind of screens the calls a little bit and puts them in. Just to get an idea of what you want to talk about, things like that, and puts it in, and then the information is visible to us, and we can call out the person. And I didn't have that ability because 10 to midnight I was here by myself. And at a certain point, Don Brinkerhoff would come in, but he had other duties. He was not working with me. He was getting things ready for the morning news.
The important people.
He was the guy who kind of ran the station overnight and collected a lot of things for the morning. And so I was by myself. And so I used to ask for phone calls, and they would come in, and I would take the calls cold. So I would hit the button, and people would go from ringing, and then they were live on the air.
Right. You say, who are you? Tell me where you're calling from, what you think. Oh, is this the guy? Yep, you're on.
Straight to air.
Now, the other version of us taking phone calls was we didn't have a producer who would take the phone calls. So we had the phone in the studio here.
Oh, yeah.
And Ethan would be talking, and I would turn my microphone off and go, KSL News Radio. I would be the fake phone call guy.
And you'd change your voice. So
and I would change my voice so people would think that we had like a real situation going on here. Because I didn't want them to go, oh, is this Alex? Why are you taking the phone call? Aren't you supposed to be on the radio? I would be like, oh yeah, that's a really good point. And they'd be like, I want to talk to these idiots. I go, which idiot?
That. So
right. It was just
so I'd be trying to sustain the conversation while Alex is on the
I'm
other
going
side
like
of the
this.
room.
I'm going like, hey, keep
facing
it going.
away.
Keep
Facing
it going.
away.
I would take the phone calls. I'd write them down, and then I'd put them all on hold because I would take 3 or 4 calls. I would take enough to where I think we could get through the segment, and then I'd go, oh yeah, Ethan, great point. Let's go to some of these calls here. Who do we have? Looks like Rob. And I had just talked to Rob, but Rob didn't know it was me. Sometimes people would they would get wise to it. They'd be like, "Oh, is that you?" And I'd be like, "Yeah. Just okay. Tell me what you want to say." Oh, I really like you guys' show. I'm like, "Move on, come on. I got to put it out. I got to put it down here. I got limited time." All right, Millard.
Those were such good memories.
We got a home buying story here. We got to get to. I want to get to it too.
We do. A large number of home purchase agreements are falling through this summer. And we've got a story here from one of our colleagues, Alexandra Bonilla. She filed this story on the subject.
14% of the deals to buy homes in July fell through. That's an increase from the last few years and the most since November 2023. It's because buyers have the power. That's what a report from Redfin found. There are 51% more sellers than buyers in the U.S. right now. So it's easy for buyers to cancel because there will be another option. But the cancellations could also be because Americans aren't as confident in their finances and the market overall. That's because of the Trump administration's tariffs and the war in Iran. Alexandria Bonilla, KSL News Radio.
Appreciate Alexandria Bonilla's report on it. I will tell you, at what point do you put earnest money up?
Oh, gosh. I've only done this twice, and I do not remember. The last time I did
know,
this
that's
was
the thing is,
more than 10 years ago.
I don't remember either in the
Well,
process,
I
and I can't remember. Okay, somebody text me in or text us in because I can't remember. Because at some point, I mean, there's a reason that they make you put some money up. It's so you don't get the cold feet, right?
You know, it's interesting.
Now, if your finances fall through, and like your bank goes, "Nah, man, you didn't qualify," you see that happen quite often. But 14% of deals to buy homes falling through. I wonder what percentage of that is people walking away versus people having their bank say you didn't qualify, or looking at you go through the whole process. You put an offer in, that's one thing. You going through the process and actually making that purchase happen, and whether or not you qualify or not, like that ends up being a totally different story. And then you got to go through the whole process. But I know people who've lost money with their earnest money. They didn't feel good about the deal, and they
walked
go,
away.
"I'll walk away from this $7,500, this $10,000." Yeah.
It's nice. I think it's nice that buyers have some leverage, but I think a lot of buyers wish that the buyer's market was translating into better prices, because we're not really seeing home prices go down a lot. It's mostly kind of flat. There are some markets where home prices have been falling, but for the most part, it's just kind of been flat. There's a house near me that's up for sale now, and I'll be really interested to see how this goes. And I hope it goes well for them. They're really, really, really nice family. They're moving back to California, and so I hope it goes well for them. But I'll tell you, I've noticed one thing, and that is since they put the sign up a couple of days ago, we really haven't seen anybody driving past. And in our neighborhood, you would notice it because it's a very quiet street, and we really haven't been seeing it. And so I wonder if all of these things cumulatively are going to start to drive some of these home prices down. But I don't know.
I wonder if you're listening right now too, and you go through. I don't know if anybody has ever, like, we wouldn't put an offer on a house that we absolutely weren't for certain. Now stuff changes, obviously. But like putting an offer on a house is, I know people who are just they can't help but move all the time, and obviously nowadays too, it's such an interesting market because I'm confused. We get mixed results, and they have to kind of push this, right, where they're like, "Oh, it's a buyer's market and a seller's market right now." You're like, "Well, that's not a thing. It's either one or the other."
Yeah.
But they're like, "Oh, it's great for buyers and for sellers right now." And I think that you look and you go, yeah, maybe, except for the nerves of where the economy is going to go. The last time we bought a home, Ethan, was an absolutely terrifying time. Our house, we closed on a Monday. Rudy Gobert got COVID on a Tuesday, And Friday there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
And we thought that the world was ending.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it felt like
how are we supposed to get out of this? Because how are we supposed to? We were buying a house. It was a lot of house for us because we were having our 6th kid, and we needed this house for the space. And we were already like making this thing stretch, and I was nervous, and at some point I wanted to bail. Yeah. And I asked my money guy, I said, hey, should I do this? He goes, I don't know. Do you think you're going to keep your job? And I was like, I think so. I'm kind of, I'm under contract, but they don't give a rip about that. If push came to shove and somebody goes, we're having a dire situation here, we're gonna end this thing. And so it's such a difficult time to go through, but canceling 14% of the deals out there in July doesn't feel good for the economy.
This text addresses your question, Alex. It says, if you have a good realtor, there are many contingencies that can get you out of the deal and get your earnest money back. So apparently, to some degree, it's possible.
Yeah.
So
this one does say, and the same person had put in, hey, the earnest money check has to be deposited 3 days of an accepted offer. Going back to our driving conversation, non-cussing Brandon is correct. Audi drivers are the absolute worst. I resent all this, and I hate all of you guys. I say this room right here because I get judged. I get judged by you, Ethan. You just laugh your way.
I drive a Honda Accord. No one's got anything on me.
No one notices you.
Exactly.
No one notices you.
People's
car. Even if the people's car. Even if your turn signal's not on, they won't notice you because they're like, what car was that? Probably an Audi.
The most annoying drivers, the most aggressive drivers, the worst drivers, the rudest drivers. No one ever says Honda Accord. Ever.
I was pretty shocked that the F-150 came up by that one truck driver.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're on the road the most. They're on the road the most, so they know. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. 57500 is a text number. You can weigh in on anything that we've had the conversation with today, and you can jump in there. When we return, I got a couple things to bring up. The Wall Street Journal says what they say to you. They say, look, the key to a killer resume is your perfect scrambled eggs. What does that mean? It's talking about whether or not your weird hobby that you love is going to be able to be that thing that puts you over the top for that job. Stay right here. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
Hi, I'm Maria Chaleos, and I'd like to tell you about my podcast, the KSL News Daily. Every weekday morning, we'll deliver one story explored in depth, plus the 3 things you need to know before your day begins.
But this is new. This is where we human beings are able to trick AI.
This is news with context from the journalists you trust.
Agencies were less than willing to speak with us about this.
Find and follow the KSL News Daily at kslpodcast.com or wherever you listen.
Right now, UCCU is offering short-term savings options with incredibly high yields. Simply make a deposit, then watch your savings grow with a fixed rate of return that's much higher than a savings account. UCCU also has great offers on jump-up options. So if rates continue to rise, you can jump up your rate and earn even more. Visit uccu.com to learn more and supercharge your savings today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
I'm Walker Kessler, and I play basketball for a living. So I know how important it is to have the support of a team you can trust. That's why I love UCCU. UCCU is more than a credit union. They're a true financial partner. A local team of experts your entire family can trust at every step of your financial journey. Just visit uccu.com and elevate your banking experience.
Looking to transform your kitchen or bathroom? Discover the difference at AMC Building Materials. New arrivals are here. Explore the latest shaker-style cabinets, sleek European-style flat panel cabinets, and beautiful new quartz countertops in today's most popular colors. With a 25,000 square foot showroom and a warehouse in Salt Lake City, AMC keeps a wide selection of the most popular cabinets and countertops in stock. So many in-stock cabinet styles are available for same-day purchase and pickup, making it easy to start your project right away. Enjoy factory direct pricing, free design, free in-home measurements, and expert installation. Most remodeling projects are completed in as little as 10 days. Visit the AMC Building Materials showroom at 3678 South 700 West or schedule your free estimate today at amckitchensaltlakecity.com. AMC Building Materials. Come see the difference today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like on Wash and Wax, you can get 3 Meguiar's products for just $20. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Your best years aren't behind you. They're right here at Trio South Ogden. Discover independent living services that embrace aging as an opportunity to lean in, not step back. To pursue passions, not retire from purpose. Here, life is bright, colorful, and unapologetically fun. Move in, thrive on, because aging doesn't mean changing who you are. It means having more time to be exactly who you are. Schedule your tour today at triosouthodden.com.
Getting help with plumbing repairs is easier than you think. All you have to do is call Any Hour Services or schedule an appointment at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, making the news make sense-ish on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex, Kiri, and Alex. We've heard from an F-150 driver. Via text at 57500, he says, I drive an F-150 and took a little insult on that from the semi-truck driver. They are the worst drivers on the road because I'll be next to them and they're in every lane nowadays and their trailers are in my lane and it's just hard to stay alive on the freeway anymore.
Oh, dang. I will say that it's one of my big, look, we love our truck drivers out there. If they're in those, first of all, you can't be in the left lane at all if you have a trailer. I'm talking about the HOV lane. HOV lane, 0 trailers being hauled. You can't haul a trailer in that lane at all.
Yeah.
Just look at the signage.
Which, by the way, I see
no one follows. Yeah,
well,
and it's one of those things
the
where you're
professional
like, come on,
drivers
man.
follow it.
No. The guy with the fifth wheel never follows it.
With the camper.
Yes,
Those
you're not
guys,
supposed to haul a thing in that HOV lane.
Yeah.
The left lane itself. Can big semi trucks be in that left lane like at all? That's a tough one because I can't. If they're on the road in the evenings and there's somebody going sort of slow in that middle lane and they're trying to get around them, I could see that. But I also feel like that's kind of a no-fly zone for the semi. But maybe a semi truck driver could tell me what the actual law is. Can you be a semi truck hauling a load and you are in that what we call the passing lane, that or some people call the quote unquote fast lane? 57500, let me know. All right, I will say I'm offended by all this. This is all offensive to me. So Audi drivers have taken the Audi driver has taken a huge character hit today. Ethan, we also own an F-150 at our house.
So you're doing great.
By the way,
stay off the sidewalks in Fruit Heights, everybody.
By the way, that F-150, it's a 2012 F-150. It is not going in the fast lane ever. Okay, it's not going in the fast lane. And by the way, my sons primarily drive that, and so and it doesn't go on the freeway. I don't want it to go on the freeway, so it's no, we're trying to save some gas here. So.
All right, let me awkwardly pivot here. You ready?
Sure.
If you are looking for an interesting job in a competitive field, you might think about listing some specific, maybe offbeat hobbies you might have. So recruiters are saying the little details like that, which, by the way, you should restrict to a single line at the end of a resume. They can act as effective icebreakers and indicate a personality suitable for high-pressure work environments. In other words, if you have room at the end of your resume, listing a couple of other little interesting things like I have a weird hobby, here it is, can actually help you stand out a little bit, especially in the age of AI-enabled resumes and mass application uploads.
Yeah. And I get it saying, "Oh, I make perfect scrambled eggs." Okay, so you're into the culinary arts, but I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that I do that's interesting enough that would stand out. But Ethan, I've told you this, and I've told this story many, many, many times before. My resume to get into this building came across our former vice president of KSL's desk, and they were not. Guess what? Everybody had a broadcast journalism degree who was applying for stuff those days.
Yeah,
everybody did. No one cared. The thing that made it stand apart was that I was heavily involved in an improv and stage comedy group. That was interesting to KSL more than anything. And guess what? Those things also translated into the actual job that I was looking for, which was being a little bit of an outside the box kind of fun thinker about news stories. And so that made sense because it wasn't just a hobby, it's also a skill that they wanted me to use at work. The one they're talking about is just like, oh, I'm a scratch golfer. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that you could put on a resume that would be interesting. What are some odd things that people do out there? I'm interested to know. What are some hobbies that people go, wait a minute, you do that? Tell me more about it. I'm genuinely, Ethan, I don't have any hobbies. Do you have a hobby? Do you even have a hobby?
I would do this. So for your resume, if you had room on the bottom, I would put, ask me about my chinchilla.
How dare you? He's dead. It's no longer. Don't laugh, Caitlin. It's not funny. He died. I hope you guys are all proud of yourselves. And I didn't kill him, by the way. It's not like I was bad at watching him. Okay, all you guys. Death of animals, funny to you guys? Fine.
Ryan
When
says.
Thomas the cat passes away, don't invite me to the funeral. Right? Don't do it.
Ryan says, is Brightside listener a weird hobby for my resume?
You could put that down. People would be like, But although you might find somebody who's copacetic because they go, oh, yeah, I like those idiots. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, you could.
I'm trying to think. How about this? Is even more broad question, Ethan. Do you have any hobbies as an adult?
I do, actually.
Let me hear. You said the word actually, which means that you probably don't.
No,
What are they?
Well,
Trader Joe's.
No.
Going to Trader Joe's doesn't count.
Well, I mean, obviously snacking.
Okay, what else?
So, this is embarrassing. I like video games.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't put that on my.
You could. I mean, like for you, it's kind of funny because you're a dude who's almost 50.
Yeah.
I love
so I like video games, and then I also have a hobby translating out of Romanian and English.
Yeah. I wouldn't put that on the resume. I really enjoy translating things out of Romanian and
Ask me
English.
about my translations of European communist dictators.
This is that's it going through the shredder.
Trying to think if I have any other hobbies.
I golf poorly, and I don't do it often enough to even call it a hobby anymore. I mow a crisp line into a lawn. I'm trying to think of things that are my hobbies nowadays. I just, Ethan, I need to freaking get a hobby as an adult. My hobby is
well, what if
I have 7 kids who still live at home. Where on earth are these hobbies going to come from?
Hold on a second. What if you looked at it like this? Because you're trying to. It's an icebreaker on a resume.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody just tell me. I want somebody to just tell me a hobby I can get, please.
So we had the example already. Someone had put, I make perfect scrambled eggs. So what if you did something like that?
I cook well.
Yeah. So is there like a go-to dish you do that your kids always love and you just nail it every time?
I make a from scratch really, really mean biscuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I make a from scratch really, really mean biscuit. Like that could work. Shredder.
Not interesting. I'm not interesting. I'll tell you what. Listen, you and I, this job is our hobby in a way too.
In a weird way, it is. Yeah.
Because this is.
It's more a full-time job for you, but.
Yeah, but it's the most fun.
Yeah, it's true.
And
it's fun when
you talk about fun, and that's exactly right. Because then I get home and my kids are like, it sounds like you have fun at your job. How can you get home and you're like the mean dad, like cracking the whip. We got to take the garbage out. I'm going to get home, and if those garbage cans, by the way, are still on the street, I'm not going to be real happy.
So what if you put as hobby disciplinarian?
That's not ying, 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 ying. That's actually like call the police. I got a guy, he just called himself a disciplinarian. Kids are afraid of him. Kids are afraid of me. Hey.
Just put this. Under hobbies, just put, look, man, I got 7 kids.
I know. Please, okay, this one, I'm interested. I'm open to all this. This one says puzzles. It helps keep your mind sharp. Okay.
Puzzles are a great hobby.
Here's what I want. I want people to suggest me, okay, here's my profile. 7 kids who all still live at home. My wife and I are both full-time workers. We barely have enough time for each other, let alone other on-the-side hobbies.
Relationships.
What can I have? We've talked about this before because having like cultivating relationship, like new friendships as a guy in my spot and like somebody for you too.
Yeah.
It's laughable. It's hard to try to imagine.
It can be
doing
a challenge,
that.
yeah.
57500. Tell me a possible set of hobbies that I could get into. And I am game. I am interested. I want to find out. I want to explore. I want to do some more stuff. I got to add some things to the resume of life. Not even just a resume to find a job somewhere else. It's about I want to be able to do something that I enjoy. I will say, if I had more time, I would get more and more into pickleball. But on my terms, I don't want it to be that competitive. I don't like the super competitive part.
I think that'd look great on your resume, aspiring pickleballer.
I'm really into pickleball, but not too intense. Like make it to where I don't have to run that much. All right. That's called doubles pickleball, by the way. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Keep those hobbies coming in after news, traffic, and weather. Stay with us. It's KSL Brightside.
2:31 at KSL News Radio. I'm Claire Scott. KSL's top story this hour. Former death row inmate Douglas Carter will be back in court this week for a bond hearing and for a setting of a new trial date. Tyler Anger is Carter's biological son but was adopted as a baby. He found out as a young adult that his dad was a condemned man. Now he tells KSL that he often commiserates with his biological father about how long the justice process is taking.
I have never been more confused about what's going on than I am right now. I don't have a whole lot of faith in the justice system at all. This is absolutely ridiculous how long it takes to do everything.
Carter was convicted of murdering Eva Olson in 1985, but that conviction was overturned last year because of police and prosecutorial misconduct. Our top national story this hour, fans of country music legend Dolly Parton are reacting to her death. The beloved musician, who later became an actress, businesswoman, and philanthropist, passed away earlier today. Vicki Leitner says nobody can say anything bad about her.
She's just a wonderful person and a wonderful human being. And another thing, she has brought so many jobs to people through Tennessee that it's amazing how I think I'm in awe because one person has had this kind of impact.
Dolly Parton was 80 years old. Your money at this moment, the Dow has closed up 160 points. The S&P is up 24. And coming up, highs in the mid-90s. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:32.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
Amanda, there's a lot of different companies that promise results, but there's very few that you can see the results. Soda Diet and Nutrition is one of those that you will see the results and you just can't deny it.
I mean, you can lose 15 to 20 pounds in a month.
In a month.
In 4 weeks.
And this is why it's so awesome that Soda has extended their 4 weeks free offer until the end of August. So you can have that. You can get ready for holiday season. You will look great going into holiday season.
I lost 37 pounds in a little more than 3 months, and I've kept it off for 4 years. So do you want long-term success and long-term feeling great? Think of Soda.
Yeah, and I lost 70 pounds in 5 months. It can be done, and it feels great. You have more energy, your clothes fit you better, and you just feel confident about a lot of things.
And if you don't want to take our word for it, go look on Google. There are over 10,000 fantastic Google reviews of soda.
Just call 866-800-SOTA to speak with a degreed nutritionist or go to sotadietnutrition.com because soda is, say it with me, Amanda,
state of the art.
Friday, join KSL News Radio and NPS from 10 to 1 as the movie show stops by. Then browse and uncover what makes NPS so great. With 4 locations, NPS takes in new inventory every day. Then they check all competitors' retail pricing before marking items down 20 to 70% off. So you're invited to visit the movie show Friday 10 to 1. And that's the first step to discovering NPS. Visit npsstore.com to begin your own NPS adventure. npsstore.com.
Cozy season is ahead, and you'll be spending way more time inside. Is your home ready? Don't worry. With Wayfair, you can upgrade your space without breaking the bank. Score up to 70% off during their Labor Day clearance on furniture, area rugs, mattresses, and more. Plus, surprise flash deals you can't miss. Whether it's one room or the whole house, Wayfair has pieces for every style and budget.
Shop Wayfair's Labor Day clearance now through September 7th at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Traffic and weather together, brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Cormac Bone.
Got some early delays on I-15 southbound at 600 North, a little heavy there, and we do have some delays southbound at the South Interchange as well. We in Utah County have a crash getting off of I-15 at 800 North. They are blocking a right shoulder, so not causing any delays, especially on main flow, but do be careful as you get off the freeway in Orem and give them the space as they work to clear that off the road. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
Chances for thunderstorms this afternoon, but we're expecting them to stick close to the mountains. Highs in the mid-90s through the rest of the week. Right now it is 91 and partly cloudy. I'm Claire Scott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at ksl.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Out-of-staters like to talk about us, but I think they want to move here.
And Alex Curie.
Ethan, they hate us because they ain't us.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. Just a couple of segments left, and Alex, I wanted to do something. I wanted to have a really romantic segment. Something that really focuses on romance and relationships.
Should we get out the what's it called? The saxophone. What's his name?
Kenny G. Don't we have like a relationship segment?
No.
We could do here?
Well, we could do the relationship thing for sure. But I was just thinking of if it was a romance thing, then we're talking about Careless Whisper. You know, a little bit of a because somebody did say that they're like, Alex, you got to get a musical instrument. I play the saxophone. Now, I usually get it out only at Christmas, and I get the Christmas tunes dialed up to play for the kids. When I say play for the kids, I mean harass them during the Christmas season. They'll be putting up the Christmas tree, and I'll be playing a chopped up version of Jingle Bells or the Christmas song or whatever.
Careless Whisper.
Right, or Careless Whisper. And then it'll go away. Because I have a lot of people weighing in on all the things that I should do. The problem is that I can't play the saxophone at any time of the day at my house while the kids are around. And in the mornings, I don't really have that much time anymore. And at night, what am I doing? Waking people up late? I can't do it. It's just something. It's too loud. So can I play it in the garage? Do I play it in the car? No. So I think the instrument for now is out while the kids are at home. I did get a text from my very close neighbor, Dave King. Dave, I would love to do some more ice fishing. I did have an unfortunate ice fishing incident happen a few years ago.
What happened?
Somebody who was a great fisherman was like, "Oh, you'll love it," and then we almost sank on Strawberry, and then on our snow machines, and
jeez,
I got all wet and cold, and it was was a bad experience. And then I got sunburned too. So I changed my clothes, and then I got sunburned doing the ice fishing thing. We did catch a lot of fish, though, I will say. You got to do it right. The whole thing is, if somebody's going to show you how to do a hobby, if they set it up and do it right for you. I'm an excellent marksman. I shoot well. I want to be a duck hunter. I don't know where to start. So
Nintendo.
I have my own stuff. I can bring it. Just show me where to go. I'm just asking somebody to take me duck hunting. That's all I'm saying. All right, 57500. But Dave says I should go fly fishing with him, and tie flies and also ice fishing, and I want to do both those things. So, all Dave, right. I'm going to take you up on some of those.
Well, you want to kick us off with some relationship
absolutely
intro here?
Absolutely.
Diving into the ups and downs of relationships. Pull up a couch and open your mind. It's time for Couples Therapy.
All right. Of all the ways that you could be compatible with someone, is it important to also be financially compatible with them? A lot of people say yes. Jackie Combs is a family lawyer and a contributor to CNBC, and she listed out 5 things that she thinks that you should, these are questions that you should ask someone that you're interested in. And she says you need to ask these 5 questions by the 3rd date because you want to spot any red flags before, as she puts it, your heart is in too deep. So I thought this was a really interesting list of questions. Now, you tell me, Alex.
Yeah.
If these sound smart, if you would ever do this, if you were dating someone. So by the 3rd date, here's question number 1. If you won the lottery today, what would you do with the winnings? Question number 2. What was your first financial surprise and how did you handle it? Question number 3. How did your parents talk about money growing up?
Okay.
Number 4, what was the first thing you splurged on when you started making money? And number 5, what is something you are saving for or working toward financially?
All right. So do they have answers that you want to hear?
Yeah. So basically what you want to do is you want to basically hear people who aren't too far up in their heads about money. So for example, if
what's a good response to the whole winning the lottery thing? Because that's a frivolous question that I don't think you're going to get a lot of, like, when somebody says that to you, you think about the absurd, you think about the crazy stuff, but I feel like they're trying to set you up here that if you say a crazy thing, they'll be like, oh, they're not for you. You know why? Because they said something weird, and it sounds like they're going to be irresponsible with money.
Well, but I think it's not a terrible way to get to know someone, though. Like, what are they really into?
Yeah, but all these questions, if somebody asked you this by the 3rd date, I'd be like, you're a creepo. Asking about money all the time.
So these are
we're breaking up.
Well, they're not romantic questions.
No, they're not, and they're so money centric that I would be annoyed by it. However, here's the other thing that is scary for me: if my wife would have asked any of these questions, I would have failed all of them.
I would never have gotten married,
and we would have not been married.
I really needed someone to take a flyer on me.
My credit was terrible. I had just taken on some awful car loan. Because I was an adult now, and with that bad credit that I really didn't know how it worked, and because I had a bad credit card situation in college because I got suckered into something the first day at school, because of all those things, my wife could have said, you're a mess, I'm not marrying you at all. Instead, we got married, and then she was like, I'll take over all this. You're
a mess.
Pathetic. Yeah. And I was.
But she found out after you already put a ring on it. So
Right. Which, by the way, Which now you think about.
That worked out.
What a weird thing that we do, too, when they go, man, you guys don't have any money. You should buy a ring that you can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, what a weird spot we put our young people into.
Well, and you could extrapolate that out from there, too. Here are 2 people who are not in a stable place financially, who probably have not had very many relationships, and who don't know where they're going in life. Let's put these people together.
And here we are. But you know what? We figured it out, and
we did.
We both have credit over 800 now. Not only because she got us there. I don't do a dadgum thing with our money.
Yeah.
All right. I just hand it over, and then she takes care of it, and I trust that she's not going to steal it all from us.
Randy texted in. He said his top question would be, do you have debt, and what is your plan?
To get out of it?
You know, Emily had a really funny way of ending debt, consumer debt.
Yeah. Bankruptcy.
No.
Oh.
So you have a law, like this would end it generally. You have a law where everyone has to walk around with the amount of consumer debt they have printed on their foreheads. She said that would do it. That would take care of our credit card problem.
Mine wasn't like a huge amount of debt. The only real debt that I had was I had taken on this really bad car loan for a crappy car, by the way. But it was honestly like I had such bad credit that I was paying, and I didn't understand how bad it was. I was paying like 13% interest on a car.
Wow.
That should tell you that my credit was super, super bad. And
Yeah.
she was like, what is this? And it was the kind of thing where it was like, I owe $4,100 that I was never going to be able to pay off very quickly because it just kept piling up, and I just kept paying like $271 a month, and it would just like barely get chipped away.
Yeah.
She's like, what is your problem? I'm like, I don't know. I love you.
I'm just doing what they told me
Goodbye.
to do.
Yeah. And she reeled me in pretty quickly on that stuff.
So
I got lucky.
I think it's smart when you're dating someone. I think it's smart to kind of try and get an idea of whether they take finances seriously and whether they could be a reliable partner for you financially. Not in the sense that you need them to be a very high earner, but just can they take it seriously? Because even high earners can have terrible relationships with money, and even high earners can put you in a bad place financially. So it's not about that. It's about kind of their overall level of responsibility. So I did like some of these questions. I think for a third date, these are the questions I would be comfortable asking. If you won the lottery today, what would you do with the winnings? I think that's an okay question because that could come up naturally in conversation.
Yes,
right?
That's kind of fun. The other ones are a little too specific.
I would not ask what was your first financial surprise and how did you handle it. I would not ask that.
That is full on. You're sitting in front of a new boss at work, and you're going to be their new CPA, and they're asking you that question. It's not a human question.
Yeah, I would not ask how did your parents talk about money growing up.
That is creepy as heck too. Yeah.
I would not ask what was the first thing you splurged on when you started making money.
Again,
unless the story they shared with you was about how proud they are of their career. Then you might say, "Oh, that's cool." Well, so when you got this job, like
what was the first thing you bought when you were finally that responsible adult?
You could work that in, right? You could work that in.
I guess, but even then, I think people would come across as Creepsville too.
Yeah, that's true. And then
someone
the fifth
did
one,
suggest Dungeons and Dragons for me as a new hobby. By the way,
should give it a shot. Nah. You know what's nice about Dungeons and Dragons? It's not very physical. So, as far as hobbies go. Honestly, that's one of the things that has.
Yeah, it's not cardio heavy. You're right.
It's one of the things that has kind of stood in my way. A lot of the guys that I know that get together to do things, it's a lot of working out.
See, I'll be a pickleballer. It's a
lot of sports and things like that, and that's just never been.
I want to. You know what? I want to be a pickleballer. But the thing is I enjoy my wife and I enjoy playing pickleball together. We just don't know when we could do it.
So Randy had his question: do you have debt? What is your plan? And that's a good question for someone that you're considering to marrying, but not in the third date.
No,
I mean, it really.
So creepy.
If you're going to talk finances on a third date, that requires a really light touch.
That's a honeymoon question. You're on the honeymoon, first day of the honeymoon. Hey, how much debt are you in?
Well, a lot now after this wedding and honeymoon.
Gosh, you look so good. How much debt do you have? What's your credit score? Do you think asking somebody what their credit score is creepy? On the third date?
I think that before you get married, but when at the point where you have a mutual understanding that this could get that serious.
Yeah, it's allowed.
I think before you get engaged, but when you've reached that point where everyone kind of knows what the score is, right? Where this is headed.
There are brass tacks questions that you understand why they're asking it, and brass tacks.
I think asking directly about debt. I think asking directly about how you've handled certain financial problems, asking direct questions about how they dealt with finances growing up or how their parents did. I think those are all on the table. Once you reach that point where it's obvious where the relationship is going, then I think they're on the table.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We have our AI question of the day. We'll get you ready for Jeff Kaplan's Afternoon News. Stay here. It's KSL Brightside.
Are you a local business tired of juggling deliveries, managing drivers, or sending valuable employees across town? There's a better way. Pigeon Ship. For more than 10 years, Pigeon Ship has provided fast, reliable, same-day and next-day delivery services for businesses throughout Utah. Whether you need a few deliveries a day or hundreds, Pigeon Ship has the network, technology, and experience to get it done on time. Auto parts, plumbing supplies, electrical components, pharmacy deliveries, and more. Utah's most successful businesses trust Pigeon Ship to keep their operations moving. Stop the stress of hiring drivers. Stop pulling employees away from their real jobs. And stop worrying about whether your deliveries will arrive on time. Join the thousands of businesses that rely on Pigeon Ship every day for dependable local delivery solutions. Visit pigeonship.com today to schedule a call and see how quickly Pigeon Ship can streamline your delivery operations. Pigeon Ship. Avoid the trip. Pigeon Ship. That's pigeonship.com. Pigeonship.com.
Here's your chance to win some awesome prizes. From big-time sports action to a night of classic rock, KSL has your chance to score some incredible experiences. Enter for your chance to see the Utah Royals or Real Salt Lake, or rock out with Styx in Chicago at Aerofest at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Whether you're a sports fan, a music fan, or just a fan of winning, there's something waiting for you. Head to ksl.com/win. Get entered and good luck.
Join KSL's Amanda Dixon at the Draper Hot Tub Factory outlet location this Saturday, August 29th. Save up to 50% at the pre-Labor Day sale.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please, don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-646-5959. That's 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Cheaper than therapy, not as effective. On KSL News Radio.
We got a text from Johnny Socks here. And I thought this was a fair point.
Yeah.
He said, hey, stop saying creepy. Creepy is for perverts, not for people who ask questions. I thought that was fair.
Johnny Socks usually brings it into focus for us on stuff that's normal. And here's the good thing about Johnny Socks is I know Johnny pretty well, and he critiques on a level of love. So it's good. It's good. We're on the same page. I will say this. I think he texts. I don't know if he texts the show or if he texts me personally, because he and I do exchange personal texts. So Johnny, you'll have to remind me, but I think it was. I'm almost certain. I forgot to tell you about this because he tried on a whim your recommendation, or at least one of your favorite stupid meals that you like to eat, which is the double filet
double
fish.
Filet. Yeah.
He's like, I tried the double filet fish. All right, not bad. He was like, not bad. Too much fish. There was
too much fish,
fish, or too much tartar sauce, or something like that.
Well, it's not for everyone.
It's not just not for everybody. It's not good. So it's double American cheese on two fake cod fillets. Yes,
they're not fake cod fillets. It's real fish. This is real fish.
Yeah, it just is the version.
And it's not cod. It's a kind of a white fish. It's pollock.
Oh, yeah, something even more
pollock.
weird. Yeah. So what they do is they make a mash of it. It's the same way that they make the...
No, I think they just cut the fish into squares.
They do not. They're not like this full fillet. No. Because here's the reason that you know it's not a fillet like F-I-L-E-T.
Mm-hmm.
They have to call it like a Chick-fil-A, like where it's like Chick-fil-A, it's like a fillet of fish. Like
F-L-A-Y?
A-Y, because they're like, no, it's not an actual fillet.
It's a fish fillet. Alex, SpaceX has unveiled plans today to build a spaceport complex in southern Louisiana. They say it's a 125,000 acre site on Pecan Island. They're calling it Starbase Louisiana. Isn't that amazing?
So what are they going to do with it primarily?
They're going to launch rockets from it. Construction will begin next year with the first Starship launch in 2029. That's according to SpaceX's statement.
Interesting. I think that's because they are currently using what? They're currently using places like
they've got a place in Austin. Right? They've got a place in Texas. They've got a place in Florida.
Yeah, and I think the Florida infrastructure was already there. So is this their own? Like they're just
this is
doing
their
own
own. So
place?
they're building a self-sustaining spaceport with its own propellant production, power generation, deep water shipping capabilities, vehicle processing facilities, and probably an airport. Here's my question, Alex. Why can't we have a spaceport in Utah? I think Utah would be an amazing place. We got this big old desert. We launch rockets from here. Why can't we have a spaceport? And you know what? We build a lot of the rockets here. They're built here. Why can't we launch them from here?
Yeah.
Where do the spaceports have to go to? Because there are a bunch of spaceports now. I'm going to look it up because there's one in New Mexico too. Out
of Roswell or what? Like what do we? Green River, Utah?
Oh, there was a launch facility.
Oh, is there a Wyoming one? Hold on, do you have a mic on? So I want to hear. I want to hear. I think you just press the button right there, and then you can chat with
then
us.
It works, right? Green River, Wyoming, is it? I believe they named it a spaceport because they had a kooky hippie mayor years ago. So far, no alien beings.
Okay, so when you say a spaceport, you're talking about a potential future one. They're just inviting guests in from the. Okay,
precisely.
I get it.
This is interesting. This is interesting because in Green River, Utah, just outside of Green River, Utah,
got watermelons.
there used to be a launch facility for rockets, for missiles during the Cold War, and they would launch them in Green River, and they would impact at White Sands in New Mexico. And they did it because that distance between Green River, Utah, and White Sands, New Mexico, was so sparsely populated that if there were any kind of failure, then it would be good chance no one would get hurt.
It'd be the one family who
so
lives
they
out
have
there.
they have an old launch facility there outside of Green River, which I think they've ripped out now. It was within the last couple of years you could actually go and see it. It was pretty cool. I think
is it just like a big tube in the ground?
It's like bottle rocket. If you could imagine a bottle rocket, it's like that. So, Alex, we got an AI question.
Yes, we do. So let's jump in here. It's asking the questions of the robots so that they can educate us on the world that we built for them. So here you go.
When Google just isn't enough and thinking for yourself is just too hard, here's your AI question of the day.
All right. So here's the deal. I told you earlier that McDonald's has eliminated the pumpkin spice. For the first year in 13 years, they're not going to roll out a pumpkin spice.
They're focusing on the caramel apple.
So I guess caramel apple is going to be some sort of version of it. Caramel apple cinnamon, which in my mind I'm like, pumpkin spice. Like I don't know. Obviously,
you're what? I missed that.
Pumpkin spice, like basically pumpkin spice.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're doing apple pie spice is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which actually, now that you say it out loud, I actually like the idea of that better. Because I told you I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy anyway. I mean, I'll just be quite honest with you. When somebody rolls out pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, I can't roll my eyes hard enough. I hate the pumpkin pie. Now, if that breaks up with some friendships that are out there over the airwaves, I'm sorry. I enjoy a lot of other pies. But now we were just talking about the Filet-O-Fish, and it just said they have a couple of things they're eliminating off the menu. Pumpkin spice was one of them, and I thought, let's see if they're going to eliminate some other things. So I asked what the least popular items on McDonald's menus are.
Okay.
Okay. Any guesses? The very least popular items on McDonald's menus. I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 top 5.
I know that Filet-O-Fish is on there.
Filet-O-Fish is number 1.
Is number 1. Because it's the least popular.
It's stupid. Like it is.
I love the Filet-O-Fish.
At this point, it's like they're just keeping it on there as a joke. Like
they're just keeping it on there for me.
For Ethan, and then there's always like a handful of people that will be.
They buy it ironically. They buy it ironically.
Okay, guess what number 2 is?
Gosh, I don't know if I'm familiar enough with it. What about the? I know it can't be it can't be any of the standard menu items that are on the.
Okay, why not? All right, fine. It's the McChicken.
Oh, the McChicken.
The McChicken sandwich, much less popular than the McCrispy or the McNuggets.
The spicy. What about the spicy McChicken? That's not bad.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3 is going to shock you. The number 3 least popular item on the menu is
it the McFlurry?
Is the McDonald's hamburger.
Oh yeah, who wants that?
My kids.
Who want just
My
a
kids
plain
still,
hamburger?
Yeah. They still like it. They don't like the cheese. They're not cheese lovers. I know. I thought I trained them better, but they don't.
Gosh, yeah.
Next up is the McDouble. And they say it's because it's popular but overshadowed by the double cheeseburger, which, again, it's basically the same except for it lacks one extra slice of cheese, and it actually makes a difference.
It is. The difference is subtle, but it's real.
All right. And fifth on the list, which I think it's crazy that this one is the fifth least popular.
If you say Big Mac, I'm never going to.
No, it's apple slices.
Oh, yeah.
You're not ordering the apple slices.
No, what am I, 5?
No, well, that's the reason. My kids like the apple slices because it just comes free in the Happy Meal if we get a Happy Meal every so often.
You don't get them the fries?
I actually went through the other day and asked if I could buy the toys on their own, just without the. Because you used to be able to do that.
Yeah. What did they call the police?
They may as well have because they were like, we don't do that. And I was like, why not?
So you don't sell things at this?
So, well, my thought was we have the exact amount of toys allotted for the exact amount of cardboard